Are you back, Max?
Sure. I'm done.
What do you mean?
I'm done with this show. I'm done with this episode. I'm opting out for the rest of this episode.
Oh,
why are you
come
so
on.
upset? Tell us why you're so upset, Max.
Because April Fool's is the lowest form of comedy.
Agreed.
This is worse than when they filmed your butt crack.
Yeah, this is just embarrassing. It's more so embarrassing than
But again, you're probably going to get to go to the White House.
I don't even want to go. I don't want to go.
Wow,
Okay.
lib of the year.
Wow, damn. On today's part of my take, we've got a twofer for the people. We have Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl getting ready for the Final Four. Great talk with him. Some basketball talk. Blobs and Slobs. Great time with him. And then we also have Minwoo Lee, fresh off of his big win on Sunday.
Woozy Jacuzzi.
Woozy Jacuzzi.
Woozy Jacuzzi.
Woozy Jacuzzi. Woozy Jacuzzi. We're going to talk about the NFL league meetings, new rules that come out. We have some hot seat cool throne. We have FAQs, listener FAQs, and it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Hey, basketball fans, are you ready to win real money? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 dunks on its rivals, including Prize Picks. When you hit all your picks, you'll slam home higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 than flex plays on Prize Picks. And best of all, you'll win even more cash if you posterize the competition. Track your picks for a shot at huge cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6 and cash in your basketball knowledge. New players get 50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. The fun of the basketball season continues with the most fun way to play fantasy sports. Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Now use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers. To play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. The fun of the basketball season continues with the most fun way to play fantasy sports. Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to play $5, get 50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd. And boys, we got a new league year, right? We got a new. Oh wait, that happened last week. We got a.
It's the Ides of March.
The Ides of March, the owners' meeting in Orlando, and we have new rules, some not new rules, and Henry Lockwood, our insider, has been tasked with giving us the lowdown on all of it.
Well, Big Cat kind of buried the lead there. Big Cat. The NFL is doubling down on sportsmanship in 2025.
Oh,
per the NFL.
Is this one of your new rules, Hank?
Say it again.
The NFL has decided to double down on sportsmanship next season. That's what Troy Vincent said, the executive vice president.
That is not on my official list.
It's a great headline that I saw in Pro Football Talk today, and Jake Marsh somewhere is smiling from the clouds. God rest his soul. Him and Nolan Richardson.
Yeah,
very happy to see that sportsmanship's on the
Terry
way back.
Bradshaw.
They were talking about the nose thing specifically. They're like, yeah, that's a blood symbol. You can't be doing that anymore. But yeah, Hank, there's a lot of rule changes. We're probably going to have to revisit this sometime in August.
Yeah.
So there's rules changes, there's bylaw changes, and there's approved resolutions.
And you have it all.
I have it all.
Holy shit.
You tasked me with this, and you keep saying you're excited, and I feel like I'm missing something because by my research, there was 2 rule changes.
Okay.
That are significant or like will affect anything.
Okay. What? Anything else? And where we're gonna?
Well, we have the bylaws and the resolutions, but those aren't really rule changes.
But you have them.
Yes.
Okay.
when does the gotcha moment happen?
There is no
So
gotcha moment.
Hank is on edge right now. You think it's
Well, you keep being like you have them, and I keep feeling you're gonna be like, well, you don't have this.
No, I actually have. I wanted you to do the research. I get excited when you do research, and I want to hear them from you,
Okay.
and then we can discuss.
So let's start with the rule changes.
Overtime is officially adopting the playoff rule, so both teams will get a possession no matter what.
Both teams get a possession no matter what. How long is the overtime?
10-minute period.
Okay, so
Okay.
that now we're gonna have to recalibrate because you win the coin toss. You don't want the ball first, correct?
You
Correct.
don't want the ball first because
Okay.
then you want to know if you need to go for 2 on a touchdown.
It's 49ers.
Or score a touchdown. Yeah,
Yep.
that is the 49ers.
And then the
How are people going to complain about this new rule? I don't know, because you know how overtime works. We change the rules every year.
This one's
and then
gonna-
everyone's like, "Well, this is not fair for this reason."
It's going to be the NFL doesn't care about player safety because there's going to be more plays during overtime. That's the angle we're going to go with.
Got it.
and then the other one
Or a
which-
tie. There's more likely a tie, and people will complain if there's a tie.
Yeah, that's true.
That could definitely like a field goal.
Yep.
Everyone's like, "Well, this is fucking bullshit." Okay,
But you get the point.
you do get a
You
point.
get a point for it.
Yeah.
the other one, which was done, it's seemingly to encourage kickoff returns, and having teams kick it into the landing zone and not just out of the end zone. Is
It's
that
a guy standing in the end zone saying, "Return this."
no?
That would have been a good rule. If you just had a guy like drunk underneath the goalposts saying, "You should really return this."
Run it back, pussy.
Yeah, you got this, dude. I see
Yeah.
I see the hole right there.
Yep. This is the Sam Schwartzstein rule. I think we predicted this after week 1 of last season, which was they're experimenting with the kickoff, and then what they'll do next year to make it less likely for teams to just kneel the ball out is make the touchback further out.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll just get to all Sam's rules. Yeah, by the way, if you hate this rule, his name is Sam Schwartzstein, and he ruined football.
Hank.
Previously, if you kick the ball out of the end zone, you would get the ball at the 30. Now it's going to be the 35, which would encourage teams to not kick the ball out of the end zone to try and get a return so you can stop them short of the 35.
I like that. Okay.
There's also some alignment. There's different ways, a different way to align, which I don't know how that's going to look.
Have they fixed onside kicks?
Nope, see anything about here.
They tabled that one.
Okay.
Onside kicks, and I think they pushed the tush push ruling.
Yeah,
So-
they tabled that one too.
I would like them to do a ruling.
Does that mean there's no resolution though?
There's no resolution.
It means that they're going to look at it again at the next meeting,
I wish they
But
would.
still this year.
possibly.
Yes. I wish we could do a resolution to ban all talk about the tush push.
Why?
Because I'm sick of it's going to happen. They're not going to change it again. And I'm pro tush push. I'm sick of them talking about the tush push and whether they should be banned or not. Just fucking either figure out how to do it yourself or figure out how to stop it.
It's gaining momentum though. That's the problem. Is now they're up to 16 teams that voted to ban it right now.
There's more pushers.
There's more support for the tush push. Elon got involved. He was
Okay.
wearing the cheese head, supporting the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
So I feel like at some point it's going to be banned. Again, it shouldn't be banned. The only thing that you can do, you can say, I don't think the defense is allowed to push their guys, but you should allow the defense
To also
be able to
push.
be allowed to push on that side.
I forget if we had this conversation, Max, but you should be rooting for it to be banned, right?
I don't really care.
But if you're an Eagles fan, in a weird way, I think that they'll be able to do it no matter what with Jalen Hurts, whether you push or not. But if you're an Eagles fan, don't you want it banned so you can be like, we were so good they had to make a rule against us?
Yeah.
I kind of said that.
Yeah, you said that,
the
yeah.
other day.
Yeah, right.
I don't really care. I think it'll be fun to be like, oh, we're so good.
Right.
My favorite thing though,
And it also stops anyone from getting better at it than you, because that's always out there that like someday some team could get better at it than you, and then it becomes what they're known for. If you ban it right now, it's the perfect time for it to be banned, for the Eagles to go out on top of, we were so good you made a rule against us.
yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. As long as we have as long as we have Jalen Hurts and we have our offensive line, like we're going to be the best at it.
Yeah.
I've drilled down on this a little bit more. So the one way that could make the goal line push more effective, like a better QB sneak, you sign the Rizzler. You get the Rizzler on the Lions.
From the Arizona Iced Tea.
And then you get Penei Sewell to throw him over the goal line.
I like that.
I think that's
Like a
unstoppable.
little cannonball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I would like them to ban talk about the tush push. I'm tired of them debating it. I'm tired of them pretending it's player safety and then being like, let's add another game or add more overtime. It's not player safety. It's never, whenever they say player safety, it's never player safety.
If they say player safety about the tush push, it's 100% bullshit because I don't think there was a single injury on the tush push.
There's never
Whoa,
been.
whoa.
Never been.
I'm getting
It's actually the safest play in sports.
I feel like we have someone listening into us. Big Dom is calling me right now. Should I pick up?
Shit,
We can cut
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ask him about the tush push.
All right. Big Dom, hey, you're live right now. We'll cut it if you need to talk, or I can call you back.
Hey, no, it's all right. I just got to ask you a question. I wanted to run it by you. We got, we're not sure. It's going to be like week 10, maybe 11. We're thinking 11. I got one ticket to go meet Trump at the White House. And
Okay.
we're gonna go with the team, and I got one ticket. And I thought I'd call you guys and see if our guy Max wanted to come with the team to the White House. We're going to the White House. None of that.
Whoa.
White House Maxi?
Max, White House Maxie? Max?
I can't hear him.
Max?
Yeah, if I can go with the team, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, he's in. He's in.
All right. Hey, Max.
I don't think he can.
He
hear me.
can't hear you. I'll relay the message.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what were you
yeah.
going to say, Max?
Yeah, no, I mean that would be.
He's in.
That would be.
That's
awesome.
insane.
That would be insane.
Can we leave this in the podcast, Big Dom, or do you want us to cut it?
No, you can put it in there. You can put it in there.
All right.
I wanted to say, I know he missed the parade. We felt bad about that, but Palantonio's going to be there. Merrill, Mike and Merrill going to be there.
What?
Yeah.
Is this an April Fool's? Max thinks this is an April Fool's, Big Dom.
It's not an April Fool's.
Yeah,
He's
no,
in.
I'm
He's
in.
in.
I'm in.
He's in.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Big Dom.
Got to do the background check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He'll that might be an issue.
No.
He
No,
cleared
I'm
the,
good. I'm good.
the
Yeah.
fan behavior test, so he should be good.
I love it. Thank you, Big Dom.
Any criminal stuff we should know about?
No, I'm good. I'm
He's
good.
good.
I'm
He said he's good. He
Clean.
said he's good. He said he's good.
Anything? Because these guys, I got to do this with all the guys.
No, I'm clean.
He's
I'm
clean.
clean.
He's clean. All right.
Tell him no posting with Hamas. He's not Hamas.
No. No.
Max.
That will not happen. That will not
Deal.
happen. All right. Thank you, Big Dom.
We're gonna try and talk him into the keeping the tush push.
I love it.
we
We were
need
just
that.
talking
Yep.
about that. We were just talking about that. All right. Well, thank you, Big Dom. I'll hit you up, or I'll have Max hit you up.
All right.
All right. All right. See ya. What the fuck, Max?
that was crazy.
Max,
Into the podcast?
that was insane.
That was
Do we
just
keep
insane
that
timing.
in?
I don't know.
Yeah, he said it was fine.
Do we? I feel like it's not fine.
No, he said it was fine. Plus that means week 10, week
All right,
11.
I'm gonna call him back because I feel like that's not fine.
Call
Don't
back
call
after.
back. Don't. Yeah,
Call
call back
back
after. Call back
after?
after. Call back after.
All right. Hey, Big Dom, are you sure we can keep this in the podcast?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
right.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll talk to you after.
I need his. I do need his social security number.
All right. We'll get that. We'll
Yeah, we'll get that.
we'll get it all out after. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, Big Dom. All right. Jeez.
We'll cut that second call.
Yeah, we'll cut the second call. Holy shit.
That's insane.
You're going to the
cool.
White House?
with the Eagles?
Yes,
What the
dude,
fuck?
Super Bowl. You might get in the picture.
If you're in the picture, that'll be all time. You gotta. Get
I'm like,
sued.
I'm shocked.
I've midway through, I was like, oh, that has to be an April Fool's joke.
No, he was. I mean, he like. I think we maybe cut it, but like, that was insane.
We should probably cut it just because it'd be so good if he's actually
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was incredible.
That was wild.
That was wild. All right.
Chris Long didn't go, but you can go.
No, he theoretically.
Something's happening. Jerry O'Connell just called me.
What'd he say? Pick up.
Do you think that was Jerry?
No, it was Big Dom.
Big Dom called me. Pick up. Call Jerry back. He probably has like some poem.
It's the
he wants
Schefter
Oh,
He's so dumb. So dumb.
Memes, tell Memes, tell him to do the Big Dom voice.
Wait, do the Big Dom voice.
I knew it didn't sound like Big Dom. I knew it didn't sound like him. This is bullshit.
Trying to do a Big Dom.
I knew it didn't sound like him. I knew it didn't sound like him.
I'm gonna get Tony Rooks to kid it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I knew it didn't sound like him. That's At least I do have. Okay, whatever.
Oh man.
I mean, Max, you thought it might be an April Fool's joke, but you thought it was Big Dom playing an April Fool's joke on you.
He goes, wait, do you think that was Jerry as Big Dom?
Oh man. Hank was trying to give you looks. Hank
I was trying to get you to hang up the phone because it was so obviously not Big Dom.
Max, how did you?
The only way he was gonna buy it is if you hung up. But
I knew.
No, you didn't. No, you
I
didn't.
said April Fool. At one point, I was like, "Oh, this is April."
You
Fool.
thought it was
think
Big
that
Dom.
was Jerry as Big Dom?
Oh.
Shout out to Jerry. That was all Jerry's idea, by the way.
Yeah, he texted us, should we pull an April Fool's joke on Max? Jerry loves April Fools. I don't know if you saw, but he did.
Memes.
That would have lasted months if Jerry didn't call. We could.
Memes. You've been telling me all day how lame April Fool's jokes are.
That was a good one.
But if you get someone...
We could. That
I said this is April Fool's.
No, Max, don't act like you didn't just buy that.
Don't act like I didn't just fucking say that it was April Fool's as it was going on.
Everyone that's listening just heard you be like, "Oh my god, that was crazy. Should we cut that?" Like, we'll cut that second part.
You thought at the worst it was Big Dom doing an April Fool's.
Was
No,
that Jerry
I thought
as
it
Big
didn't-
Dom?
I thought it
Big Cat
didn't
goes,
sound
no.
like
Max
it
is like, all right, good.
I thought it didn't sound like.
Thank God Big Cat told you that wasn't Jerry as Big Dom. Otherwise, you might have thought it was.
Jerry texted us, me and PFT, he's like, he says Paisan, right? Should I say Paisan a lot?
This is
and
bullshit.
PFT's like, maybe throw one in there.
I'm cutting
Don't
this.
overplay.
The thing
No,
is,
you're not. No, you aren't.
I edit the podcast.
No, you aren't.
I
No.
edit the podcast.
No, you aren't.
You want
That
to join
was
memes on the
good.
pit?
I'll put out a director's cut.
Yeah, we'll put out a director's cut.
You guys are fucking.
Hank, you want to edit this pod for old time's sake?
If Max, I'll listen to it for sure. And if Max doesn't, we'll put out the.
I'm obviously not gonna fucking cut it.
How did you fall for that?
Insane. For a second, I thought it was April Fool's, but then Big Cat said it was Big Dom. So
I did say this is April Fool's.
Yeah, but
I
you
did say that.
No,
you
you
said I thought it might have been.
the more I hear him, the more Max knew it all along.
No, I didn't
Wasn't
know it all
full.
along.
Yeah.
But I was skeptical. I just at one point thought it was a joke. Like I also that obviously doesn't sound like his voice.
Yeah.
Is it obvious?
I thought it
Yes.
sounded a lot. I think our good friend Jerry's a great actor. I thought it sounded just like Big Dom.
Jerry loves April Fools. He tweeted this morning, after a number of closed-door meetings, Adam Schefter and I have agreed to split duties managing Pardon My Take fantasy team. Haha, April Fools, I work alone, you want dark web shit? I don't think you're supposed to do it all in one tweet.
No, it's okay.
He just put it all in one tweet. Max, it's okay. April Fools, he got you. He's
quitting.
He's taking a break. He's taking a
good.
lap. Dude, the fact that he didn't, even when he was talking to Jerry, it took a second for me to say something for him to be like, oh, shit. Memes. Oh, he's back.
He's back. I texted Hank to hang up.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the.
But I knew if you, Max not figuring it out the first 5 seconds is like, Max just thinks this is real.
I couldn't believe it.
Could not believe it.
It's so easy to be the man in the fucking arena when it's not fucking happening to you, you pussy.
I've been in the arena.
No.
I would have seen through that like a fucking
it's a lot.
glass door.
It's so easy to say.
It's
so
April,
easy to
Max,
say.
Max, what day is it right now?
I said fucking April Fools, Hank. I said it.
No, you said I thought it might have been.
No, as it was going on, if you were fucking listening.
I just like the.
As it was going on, I said, "Oh, this is April Fools," and then
My favorite part was you asking Big Cat if you thought it might have been Jerry as Big Dom, because like no, it wasn't.
Man in the arena, Hank.
Thank you, Jerry O'Connell. You're the best.
this is such. I fucking hate this show. You guys are assholes. I
tell
want
you,
to fucking leave.
We'll show you this. The text went exactly like this.
He threw his headphones off.
Threw them off again.
This is my asshole.
Oh,
all
then here
over
it is.
again.
This is Jerry. Jerry sent me and PFT a voice message at 11:20 this morning.
It's Jerry O. If you want to do an April Fool's prank with Max, I could call into the show and say I'm Big Dom.
What is that, Big Dom? Oh,
Into
that's
the White
Jerry.
House
No,
with the
that's Big
team,
Dom.
and then go Bing Bong, Nancy, it's Jerry, Bing Bong.
He sent us that. Oh, fellas, you want me to call in as Big Dom and invite Max to the White House? Said yes, absolutely, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Oh man,
Head on a swivel, Max. It's April Fool's.
You know how real he thought it was because he was like, "We're gonna cut this part where is it okay if I go?" He asked us that. All right, where were we?
Rule
And
changes.
it was asking for the Social Security. Like, Jerry was trying to blow it,
I know,
but
I know.
Max couldn't have had no idea.
Nope.
There's a non-zero chance that Max does end up going to the White House.
Yeah,
because
this
somebody
could
hears
actually
this.
work. Oh, he's screaming, no kid. There's no, your mic's not on. Do you want me to text Big Dom and ask him if you can go? Well, I'll send this clip to Big Dom and then we'll make it right. This could be perfect. It could end perfectly. You could go to the White House with the Eagles. Oh, my God.
I just want to stop talking about it. Can we just go on? I never wanted to.
Oh, Jerry's calling me.
No.
Yeah, no, this is important.
Oh, man. All right. He's calling. He's calling. It's okay, Max.
You're calling him.
No, he called me. I missed the call. He's crashing out. He's crashing out.
Hey, listen, everyone's gonna be there. We're gonna get South Carolina.
He keeps taking off his headphones.
Hey, Max.
All right. I get it. I get it. This is just overplaying a fucking bit.
Kings, no ads. They're serious about that.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Jerry. I mean, Big Dom.
Nothing about. Don't post about Hamas and nothing. You're gonna meet. Hey, don't tweet anything about these liberal judges. Well, listen, it's gonna be fun to have you there. Hey, there's the Dan Cats in the treasury.
Yeah.
I thought it was Big Cat. I said not. It's one of the Doge guys. Max, you got a street park because Doge took all the parking spaces. All right, peace out.
All right. We'll see you, Jerry. I mean, Big Dom. All right. Bye.
Memes, we might need you to film Max editing this part of the show. 'Cause I'm curious how many times he throws his headphones off at that point too.
How did he fall? For that?
Big Jom.
Oh,
I couldn't. I mean,
crazy.
Max,
Memes, you didn't fall for
you've
it.
met Big Dom multiple times.
I was still in the studio when you showed PFT the call.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you knew. You knew it was coming. Oh, man. Max, did you hear the thing about street parking? Because Doja took all the parking. All right, tush push. I hope they don't ban it. I hope they ban talking about it. Fair?
yeah.
Yeah.
They've also amended Rule 15 to expand instant replay's ability to advise on-field officials on specific objective aspects of a play and to address game administration issues when clear and obvious video evidence is present.
Such as.
Wait,
Such
say
as
that again?
Unnecessary roughness, intentional ground.
Oh, that's good.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Unnecessary roughness is good. Roughing the quarterback.
I think it's a
assume that falls
situation,
under
though,
that.
where a flag has to be on the field.
I don't know.
Oh, they can review it quickly and tell you that wasn't a good flag?
Something like that, yeah.
I hope that they do the Super Challenge, which is like in was it the USFL, where like at the end of that game with the Vikings and the Rams this year, the face mask they didn't call on Sam Darnold. Like, look at that. It's obvious.
Right.
Do the flag.
Right. Or there was that Mahomes Texans play where he was like slid and didn't really get hit. I like that. Okay. As long as it doesn't take too much time, if they can do the instant, you know how they have the instant review for any scoring play.
Yeah.
And be like, did he cross the line or not? And they just buzz in.
I would also like to nominate the Gene Steratore pick a sport.
Yeah.
Pick a sport. You're either a football guy or you're either football school or you're a basketball school.
I'm gened out.
gened out at this point.
Too much
Pick a
gene.
side. You just love rules, Gene. We get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get some more Blandino going.
Yeah.
And then there was some bylaw summaries, which is just roster spot stuff, kind of a snooze fest to me. Permit clubs participate in postseason to receive 2 additional DFRs, increasing the maximum from 8 to 10. Competition committee amends article. Do you want me to do the Roman numeral? What's
Yes.
it? Article 18,
Okay.
XVII, Section 18.5 of Constitution and bylaws to not allow April Fool's jokes because it's mean and people might get upset. So that'll be good.
That's a
next
good
year.
one. That's a good one.
There was also another one, Hank. Big change.
Pittsburgh, the Steelers basically got tampering legalized.
Oh yeah, the Zooms.
For 1 year only, it permits clubs to have one video or phone call with no more than 5 prospective unrestricted free agents during the 2-day negotiation period. It permits clubs to make travel arrangements with such players upon agreeing to terms.
Yeah, so what they
Okay.
did was they moved back the free agency, but now teams are trying to do the thing that they used to do for free agency for the tampering period. So it's always going to get moved back.
Got it.
There's another big one. Hank.
and then, are you talking Deflategate? Like, is this
No.
the hate us because they ain't us? Baltimore, Cleveland, Houston, Vegas, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Washington to permit clubs to prepare kicking footballs, K-balls before game day, similar to process permitted for game footballs.
Okay.
And are you talking about scouting?
No, there's another one. There's a technology one.
Oh, what is it?
The NFL is going to be using Hawkeye next year.
Oh,
It's a big one. The chain gang is going to be ceremonial. They'll be out there on the field
all
still.
right. As long as they're still out there.
And they'll use them if the Hawkeye technology breaks down, but they're doing the same thing that tennis did. I think the EPL also uses it and some other sports use it, but they're measuring first downs based on Hawkeye technology, which I don't know, it's going to get it right more often, but I love the chain gang. I love the guys jogging out there, the 60-year-old dudes with the chains.
Yeah, means we can hear you. I agree with you. You got to keep those guys out there.
Yeah, so
but now we're going to get it right.
They'll be there. They'll be just, still dressed up, still looking good on the sidelines, but they're going to be using the space age technology.
Yeah. Did you guys also see the Pittsburgh reporter Mark Kaberle, who might have fallen asleep? We had a sleep gate.
Yeah.
I love it. He might have fallen asleep while Mike Tomlin was talking. Did you see that, Hank? Mm-hmm. It was great. Mm-hmm. Nothing better than a sleep gate.
Yeah.
I was not asleep. He's having to go on shows right now and be like, I was not asleep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the owners' meetings. This is the most important time of the year.
Yeah. It is funny, like, seeing Jay Glazer was just casually flexing that he was just at the pool with pretty much every single head coach. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
That would be a cool spot to be.
Also, Art Rooney said that he thinks that Rodgers is going to sign with the Steelers.
Oh.
He said, we keep hearing that he's, I guess, headed in our direction. So that seems to be all signs are positive so far.
He's working out with DK.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he threw with him yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a great sign.
It feels like it's going to happen. We also had Jimmy Haslam come out and basically take a big dump on Deshaun Watson, which I think we all, like, good job, Jimmy Haslam, finally admitting it. But he said about Deshaun Watson, we took a big swing and miss with Deshaun. We thought we had the quarterback, and we didn't. And we gave up a lot of draft picks to get him. So we got to dig ourselves out of that hole. It was an entire organization decision. It ends with D&I. So hold us accountable. Deshaun Watson's still on the Browns, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, that's very funny. They're just talking about him like he is not on the Browns anymore.
I assume he's just not going to be active at all next year.
Yeah, and then they can finally cut him?
They did. I saw a video of him getting rehab done the other day. Did you see that?
No.
Male masseuse.
Oh, smart.
Smart.
So is Deshaun Watson over under starts Deshaun Watson has in the NFL for the rest of his career?
3.5.
I was going to say the over-under should probably be 0.5.
I was going to say 1.5. Maybe like a random.
I think he'll do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Some team will try.
Some team.
He might just not.
He might just not try.
Like
Yeah.
if they give you $230 million, at that point, your career should be done no matter what it is. Why are you going to go out there and get hit again?
Yeah. What else? Oh, the NFL has captured Christmas fully. We predicted this, but 3 games on Christmas. Can't wait. It falls on a Thursday this year. Mm-hmm. LeBron, Adam Silver. Bad idea. Bad idea.
And I saw the reminder pop up in our calendars for next year on Christmas, bet on all the away teams.
Right.
Because it's going to be like
Because we have
a family in town for the home teams.
and we have a sample size of 2.
Sample size of 2, which it's ironclad at this
Yes,
point.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. Max, are you back? Are you back, Max?
Sure, I'm done.
What do you
I'm
mean?
done with this shit. I'm done with this episode. I'm opting out for the rest of this episode.
Oh,
Why are you
come
so upset?
on.
Tell us why you're so upset, Max.
Because April Fool's is the lowest form of comedy. and
Agreed.
This is worse than when they filmed your butt crack.
Yeah, this is just embarrassing. It's more so embarrassing than
But again, you're probably going to get to go to the White House.
I don't even I don't even want to go. I don't want to go.
Wow, Lib of the Year.
Lib.
Wow, damn.
Another news: Tiger Woods is playing in the Masters.
Yeah, he is. I saw.
Yeah.
He woke up and his Achilles just felt
So
good.
he's been sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber,
Got
which
it.
has a lot of oxygen, allows your body to heal quicker. And he woke up somehow feeling great, like he could go out there and play. So he is announced on his X account, x.com, the everything app. It's all happening on X that he's going to be playing in the Masters.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Did you guys see Cam Smith? He stubbed his toe, so he's withdrawing from Live Miami event, but he's having Fat Perez replace him.
Oh,
really?
So he's playing in a
Shit.
professional tournament. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's incredible.
Fat Perez is going on the Live Tour?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
These are all real things that
pretty
happen.
cool.
Wow.
You guys remember, I think it was
yelling without the mic on.
I think it was 3 years ago, LeBron James, when he tweeted, "I'm out for the season officially. See y'all in the fall. King, peace."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that on this day in sports.
That
LeBron
was
James
crazy.
is out for the season.
The DOD King is going to start using teas. That
Oh,
one just
really?
got me. Yeah.
That one just
Couldn't
got
believe
you?
It. I couldn't believe it.
Shit.
Remember when Julian Edelman announced that he was signing with the Buccaneers?
That's right. Memes, tell us what's happening in there right now.
Max, it just keeps thinking about how embarrassing it is in his head, and he's
can't-
throwing stuff against the wall, and he's trying to break the tech deck right now.
Oh, what? What, Hank?
He's listening.
Yeah, but what are you going to say? Let's pretend he's not.
I'm excited to see the footage of him editing.
Yeah. Him having to listen back to it. That's bad.
No, Pug is editing the show. I will be.
Oh,
editing
did you
it.
see, actually, speaking of Pug, he's not a pug.
Yeah,
do you
I
mean?
did see that.
He
Insane.
tweeted, I am not a pug. I am not
Oh,
Pug.
That's
He
crazy.
said, I am not Pug.
That's wild.
April Fools. He is Pug.
You see that Luka Doncic got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers?
No way.
Yeah,
For what? Anthony Davis or something?
and $50,000. Yeah,
Damn. And the Impractical Jokers. That
Yeah.
was the Mavs Muse tweet that we saw the other night. We traded Luca for an Impractical Joker. It was just Anthony Davis with all of them. All right. Other news. Buzz Williams, new coach of Maryland.
yeah. Good for
So,
Buzz.
Good for Buzz. Smart move for Buzz.
I have a question about Buzz.
Yeah.
We like Buzz.
Yeah.
He's always been great on the show. He seems like a good dude, great coach. The jobs that he's had, I don't really see, like, is he advancing or is he just going to different schools that are kind of at the same level?
So this move, I believe, was a smart move by Buzz in the fact that the SEC has gotten a lot better. He has kind of maxed out what he's got at Texas A&M. His team was a lot of juniors and seniors. So why not move and reset the clock?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, also-
like you're basically resetting the clock with a new fan base who is hungry for someone to say, I love you. And Buzz Williams obviously has coached in the area with Virginia Tech. He's accomplished. Good move to reset the clock, Buzz. We're rooting for you.
Yeah, so it's Maryland in its DNA is a basketball school. Mm-hmm. So at least he's going to have that. They're going to be like, hopefully, Maryland, this is a sign of them committing to basketball a little bit more. Texas A&M is always going to be
No matter what.
way more football.
Correct.
I still think that Maryland can get it slapped out of them to be like your basketball school.
Yep.
Focus on that. There's a lot of good local talent. Hope Buzz does well. Max is still bitching.
Yep.
Update memes.
Update. Memes. Give us an update.
I'm not getting. He hopes one of you guys get into a car accident.
That's
Oh, shit. Before or after I pick up my kids from school, Max?
No kids.
Okay, no kids.
Max-
All right, that was very big Dom of you. We don't get the children involved.
Can I tell you a little story, Max, about April Fools?
It's the worst. It's the lowest form of comedy.
It's my brother's birthday. Shout out to Will.
Oh,
shout out Will. Happy birthday, Will.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be a good prank. That'd be sick. Max, when I was in fourth or fifth grade, my dad came to school, and he had
know this story.
he had
I
the
know this
principal
story.
page down and say, "Get little PFT out of class. His dad's here. He's got his glove. He's going to go to the Orioles game." And then I go to the front office. My dad takes me, puts me in the car, starts driving me out of the school parking lot. And then him and my brother bounced up from behind the seat, and they said, "April Fools, you're going back to class." I had to go back to class on opening day of baseball. And you know what? The next year, I actually got to go to opening day because my dad felt so bad.
that's pretty
So
cool.
maybe you'll go to the White House.
I don't even want to. I
I actually think you might have told that story on episode 1.
It was one of the first
Yeah,
episodes. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even. See, I didn't. I just hate that I fucking fell for it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now we're getting
brutal.
I hate you guys. It's the lowest
Part of me
form
wants to
comedy.
teach you about getting your guard up, but like I actually don't.
No, don't.
Yeah.
I did have.
It's also this was
I said
You
as
asked Big Cat if you thought that was Jerry as Big Dom. That was the person. You asked the murderer, like, did you murder that person? And then when they said no, you're like, all right, he's clear.
Oh man.
No, that's not. I said it. You weren't paying attention during the phone call. I said this is April Fool's.
Yeah, but then after when
But
Jerry
but
called you,
Hank
you
isn't
pulled out
talking
your
it-
phone.
You don't remember that. You don't remember that I said it in the middle of the
Max,
initial
Max,
phone.
Okay,
You
but then
gotta-
after the
you
phone
gotta-
call
and then I
ended,
said that.
after the phone call ended, you
fucking
believe
didn't listen because you never fucking listen.
Max, you have to accept the fact that you fell for it.
You fell for it.
I know I fell for it, but you guys
almost
are
did.
fucking pieces
You
of
deleted
shit.
you deleted your pro Hamas tweets. You fell for it.
We'll cut this. Yeah, no, we'll cut that part.
I'm cutting some of it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. That was a good April Fool's by you to pretend that you were cutting.
You
it.
guys are such pieces of shit. Like, you're such a pussy.
I wasn't involved, by the way. I was rooting for you to catch on. You just never did.
Also,
It's like the thing. It's like you say something, and then if someone's... you guys are...
You got to save this. You should be angry at Jerry.
he broke his headphones. You smashed them together. You really. That's the thing is, PFT and I'm not an April Fool's guy.
No.
Neither is PFT. Jerry texted us and said, "Hey, should I do this?" What are we gonna say? No. Of course. And we thought that Jerry would call in
not
and it would be
listening.
instantly. No, he left the room
He's
again.
taking a lap.
He's taking another lap. We instantly thought that Jerry's voice would be recognizable. I thought, at least. Apparently not.
I'm not gonna look for him.
Listen,
It's so bad.
if me or Big Cat had
Wait,
done
you
this,
don't, no, you can't go. You can't go play.
I have
cops.
to pee so bad.
Oh, then you go pee.
I'll
But
go
you
find him.
no, but you just said you're gonna. You feel bad?
No, that was an excuse to go pee.
Oh, okay. No,
here's
just say
how
you
it
gotta
would
go
work.
pee.
If me or Big Cat had done this April Fool's prank on Max, it would have been dumb. It would
Right.
have been stupid. If Memes had done it, it would have been just mean.
Right.
If Hank had done it, it would have been also mean. But the fact that Jerry did it
Correct.
is great.
If I had come in today and you had said to me, "Let's prank Max for April Fool's," I'd be like, "Really?" But the fact that Jerry hit us up, it's like, yeah, we got to do it. We got to let Jerry do it because Jerry's the man. He's an actor. He's an actor. He's an actor.
That was the best performance out of Jerry in decades.
Oh my God. We should get him. We should actually see if we could.
He should be an actor.
We should get him listed on like. Can
There's
you win
no way
some
we're
type
still
of
talking
award?
about this. There's no way.
We're not. We're talking about Jerry O'Connell being a good actor. It's totally different. We should see if he can get nominated
What
for
show?
something.
What kind of show is this? This is just this is just pardon my April Fools, just like every other lame ass fucking podcast in America. That's what this show is. We're just some fucking.
No, he's lashing the other way.
This is my favorite part of Max. Is
This show sucks.
Is
This show now sucks.
is when Max gets so mad at us for making fun of him that he says that the show sucks.
Show is terrible. It's a lame ass show. Did you see? So Buzz Williams to Maryland. Good for Maryland. Happy they got that resolved quickly because it would have sucked if it was like a long search. And Buzz is a good coach. Did you see Seth Davis? Sort of almost realize what fandom is.
Was he mad at Maryland fans?
So he tweeted last night, fans, fire the coach if he doesn't win enough. Coach wins enough. Leaves for a better job. Fans, where's your loyalty? So he's almost figured out that fans root for the jerseys in the school, and the coach, if he wins, they will love him, and if he loses, they'd want him fired.
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? Be like, yeah, get out of here. Go get a better job. No.
Right.
Fans, here's the thing about fans is fans want their teams to win.
Right.
And if the coach isn't winning, then you're like, fire that guy because I'd like to win. Then when your coach is winning, you're like, sweet, we're winning. Our coach kicks ass.
Stay forever.
I hope you don't leave.
Right.
It's
I
that-
don't understand how these guys cover the sport, and they're so out of touch with how fans think.
They're just pissed off that is he mad at fans for not supporting their coach for leaving?
I think so. I think he's saying that it's hypocritical for fans to be upset if a coach leaves, or sorry, to be upset if a coach loses, but then to also, when they win, be like, you can't get another job. but fans don't root for coaches. They root for
I know one fan that
schools.
does.
Yeah, that's true. There is one fan that does. But fans root for schools, and their coach is an extension of the school. And if it's going well, they want them to stay. If it's going bad, they want them fired. That's literally how sports work.
And here's what sucks for Maryland is that Maryland should not be a stepping stone job.
No.
Maryland should be a job that a guy should want to stay at for a long time. But as of right now, guess what? The reality is it's a stepping stone job.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's done. Hopefully Buzz sticks around.
I just love it because I think college basketball might be the premier sport in terms of guys who cover the sport that don't understand how fans think and also just will defend coaches blindly no matter what.
Well, sometimes it's like that in sports where there's not a huge fan base that the journalists that cover it get so like addicted to the coverage on the players and the coaches that they don't understand the fan base. In college basketball, it's always been like this.
Yeah.
You are going to have fans that hate when their coach leaves.
Right.
That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, we went through this with Ed Cooley and stuff when everyone was like, when a lot of the national reporters were like, why is it a big deal if Ed Cooley leaves in conference?
Yeah. Guess what? Fans are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
It's fanatic.
We are.
Yeah. Speaking of fanatic, did you guys see Michael Rubin trying to throw a baseball?
I did see
That's
that.
an old clip.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's still funny.
I thought that was April Fool's.
I don't really I hate when people do like the old clip thing because sometimes clips are funny no matter when. Like there was the guy who the guy at the Brewers game who was just pissing in the concourse, and I just tweeted it yesterday because it was opening day for the Brewers, and everyone's like old clips. Like, yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah. Like
I didn't say what day it was.
every year when Jason Derulo falls down the stairs at the Met Gala, that's a great day.
Pete Weber.
Is that yeah, right. There's some we should do like a study. There's a sect of people that just love saying that's old.
Old clip.
That's an old clip. Gotcha. But yeah, the
Well,
Michael Rubin.
I mean, that's kind of, I do
Yeah.
try and just keep you guys
No,
informed.
I agree. I appreciate. I wasn't saying it was you. I'm saying it was more about the Milwaukee Brewers fans. Like I literally just tweeted, I'm an animal for pissing in the sink, but this guy, and then there was a bunch of people being like, old clip, bro. Okay, it's still funny.
Yeah.
Guy's fucking pissing in the concourse. Funny clip.
Anytime a guy goes hogs out in public, either crime or funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never both.
Anything else before we do Hot Seat Cool Throne? Max, how would you say the start of the show has gone?
Great.
Do you like the show again? I think you were out of here when Max crashed out again and he said, this show sucks now. We're just some lame show that does April Fool's jokes.
I think he's been hitting for the cycle for like, you guys are running out old bits.
Yeah.
Hank doesn't pay attention.
Yeah.
The show sucks now.
Mm-hmm. Bring back, do you wash your apples?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you never pay attention. That was like, what?
Yeah.
That was so...
Oh, there's one other piece of information that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Yes.
Talked
Oh,
about
no,
being
that was my cool
the
thing.
giant. Okay,
Oh, okay,
all right,
save
yeah.
it. Also, one other piece of information: the Thursday Night Football can be flexed now.
Yes, that's
That's
right.
actually awesome.
So is it like 21 days in
3
advance?
weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks you can flex a Thursday. That kind of sucks if you get flexed to a Thursday night game and you can't make it in person to that Thursday night game.
Agreed, but it should. I feel like they're going to use it very sparingly, but it should save us a couple. And you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm saying it out loud, I don't like this rule. Because there is something about a really bad Thursday night game late in the season that it feels like a bonding experience. Like the Colts-Broncos game.
Yes, it tests you as a human being.
Yeah.
It's like if you can sit through this. Well, last year it was the Rams and the Niners.
Yep.
But that on paper shouldn't have been a bad game. It was just a shitty experience. But there's something magical about like late November. You look at the schedule. You look 2 weeks from now at the Thursday night matchup, and you're like, oh God, look what we're gonna have to deal with here. And then guess what? You power through it together.
Right.
And you make it a fun time.
And we've said this before, but Thursday Night Football, the magical part of Thursday Night Football is it's the beginning of the football weekend. So it's like I would much rather have a bad Thursday Night Football game than a bad Monday Night Football game. Because Monday night is your last bite of football.
They're going to do probably divisional games, like meaningful games.
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football
There's
is
some
not...
ass Thursday Night Football games last year.
Yeah, but they're fun.
But that's the thing is Thursday Night Football is not meant for meaningful football games.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football game, it's an appetizer for the weekend. It's like this will remind you of football at times. Mm-hmm. You'll recognize the guys.
It has the scent of football.
We'll get some touchdowns.
Right.
But ultimately, it's going to be kind of shitty. They're not going to have enough practice. And then once the weekend starts, you're going to be like, look at this great slate.
Right. What are you laughing at, Hank?
And last year there was the last 4 was a sandwich. Like the Detroit Green Bay game was great. Then it was the 12-6 Rams 49ers.
The Seahawks Bears one was bad.
And then the Seahawks Bears one was the last one, 6-3.
Yeah, that was really
That
bad.
was a terrible game.
Yeah, but that touchdown throw that Caleb Williams threw with the penalty. Sick throw.
Who could forget?
Sick throw. Okay.
Al Michaels probably had something to do with this. Is he still on?
He is.
All right, so they're just trying to keep Al talking.
Yes.
They're
Did
trying
we
to keep him
talk
from-
about Bob Costas,
No, what about him?
the retirement tour,
Oh, that was last year in the playoffs when he stunk. Remember that?
He's doing
the
one, right?
Masters?
Wait, he's doing the Masters?
Not Bob Costas.
I mean,
No.
sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
no,
Jim
I actually
Nance.
don't think we did
talked
because
about
I think we taped early on Thursday. Yeah, an 11-year retirement tour. Insane.
it's unbelievable.
I love it.
It's insane.
How did he reach that date?
It's his
the-
contract.
No, I thought it was it's
Oh,
an
it's the
anniversary
100th.
one,
Yeah, which is bullshit.
So he's going to stick around.
He's going
till
to
you're
cuck the
100.
100th year anniversary of the Masters. Yeah, he's one up our good friend Dan Patrick. You know, he's doing a 4-year retirement tour right now. He's in the midst of it. 11 years is just absurd.
Yeah.
You could easily die in those 11 years.
You know what? I'll just say it. I'm going to retire in 20 years.
20?
You have 20 years of part of my take left.
That's sad.
If you do 21, it will be 30.
Oh, so we got to do 21.
21 years.
Yeah, 21 years.
21 years.
If we do so wait, 21 years would be 30 total. Oh, from right now.
Right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just do 41 and get to 50?
I kind of like walking away at 21 years.
But 50 years of pardon my
30
take.
years.
I don't have 50 in me.
50 with PFT. Let's do 50.
I don't know that
30
I have 20 in me.
30 years. I'll be 60.
Hank, what is your retirement?
Counting down the days.
Max, when's your retirement? An hour ago?
He might quit right now. Yeah.
I got 10 more years.
I've opted out of this episode.
You got 10 more years in you, Hank?
10 more years.
Then what?
You're 10 years younger than us, you fucking bitch.
On to the next chapter?
I can see myself doing it until your guys' age.
Listen, I got news for you. There's going to be an AI podcast that just do new part of my takes that we have no control over by that point.
Yeah. So if Max gets pranked on April Fool's by the AI podcast, not our fault.
Yeah.
This isn't even April 1st.
You'll be arguing with
Well,
robots.
right now.
Today is April 2nd.
As we're sitting
How did you
here-
start? How did you start this show?
As we're sitting here, it's April 1st.
Today is April 2nd.
This is the finale of
People
this
are
last show.
gonna listen to the show tomorrow and be like, "What the fuck? April Fool's was yesterday."
Early release. The
No. Definitely not. This button is getting pushed so late.
Pug is actually pushing the button.
yeah.
Oh, so before midnight.
This story arc of the crash out has been incredible.
I just love, like,
I don't even want to go.
Max
it's
is actually
it's
making me
just
feel bad
embarrassing. I
at
hate,
how much he is upset. But the funny, like, his 2 biggest crash outs were a butt crack and an April Fool's joke, which by all accords are, like, not big deals.
Yeah,
Either
actually,
one of
'cause
them.
I actually say like Max gets it more than almost anyone.
Of
Like,
all the things to crash out about.
Right. Like I was talking with our good friend Peter Schrager, who congrats to him on his new job at ESPN. And he was because he loves watching like Barstool content. And he was saying that if Rico had thrown his phone, like Rico threw Max's phone on Saturday, he would have like flipped out. And I was like, no, Max is cool. He gets it. He's cool with everything. Like he didn't even flinch when his phone got thrown. But goddamn, if you get him with April Fools,
it's just. I just feel like such an idiot and a loser.
you're not.
It's so easy to just pick up on April Fool's jokes. That's what's pissing me off. Hank, I'm sorry for saying you didn't listen.
What about any apologies to us?
No,
Saying our
no.
show sucks?
Well,
do
April
run
Fool's
bits in the
content. April Fool's content's terrible content. It was a good reaction for me, but
Yeah.
Yeah, great job, Max.
no, and a good in a way that I don't want it to be good, and it's embarrassing. But it's whatever. I'm just
Okay.
You're slowly
I need to opt out.
You're
Finally
slowly
getting
starting
to
to
the end
figure
here.
it out.
Yeah.
It was good reaction by me.
Yeah.
But I'm mad that I had that reaction because it's not what I wanted to be, but it's still good.
correct.
Yes.
See,
Now you're getting it.
yeah, no. So like the past 5 minutes is me just being like, I wish I just didn't say anything after
Yeah.
I realized that I got it. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm going through the full range of emotions during this episode here.
You're doing it well. Jerry first called me at 2:46, so it's been a solid like 30 minutes of just of going through all of this.
I've blocked Jerry's number, by the way. he kept texting me, and I said I'm going to block your number, and his number is blocked.
Okay, good. All right, Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hot Seat Cool Throne is brought to you by Body Armor. This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Body Armor Flash IV is packed with electrolytes and provides faster and longer lasting hydration with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. With great tasting flavors like strawberry, kiwi, and tropical punch, Body Armor Flash IV gives your body the rehydration it needs to recover. Get yours at a local 7-Eleven or Amazon today. We love Body Armor. We drink it all the time. Hot Seat Cool Throne brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Hank.
My hot seat is Jackson Profar.
Okay.
He's been suspended 80 games.
That's not his name.
It's not.
Jurickson Profar.
Yep.
There it is.
Jackson. Whoops. Yikes. Damn. I'm as embarrassed as Max right now.
God damn it.
That's tough. I just kind of skipped the middle of his name.
Yeah, you did. Jurickson.
Jurickson Profar has been suspended 80 games for violating MLB's PED policy. Just signed with the Braves. The real hot seat, though, is the PED.
What is it?
It's a hormone produced by the placenta after a woman becomes pregnant. It plays a crucial role in maintaining and supporting early pregnancy. It's human
Is this a masking agent?
HCG.
No, this is probably why Phillip Rivers had such a long career.
Yeah.
If that stuff rejuvenates you,
His son, by the way, is like going to play college football soon.
that's crazy.
Crazy.
But no, you're probably right because it sounds like what happened with Manny. Remember when he had
Yeah, they did the masking agent.
He just fucked up the days. That's a great story.
what?
Manny was successful using steroids, and they had a system where it was like you just have to take the masking agent on this day, and you'll pass the drug test because of they had the dates mapped out, and he just fucked it up.
So how can we blame the Yankees for this, Hank?
I haven't gone that far.
Okay, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, there's more torpedo bats. The other teams.
Yeah,
are
the
using
Yankees
them.
are trying to ruin baseball.
No, but everyone else is using them now too. I think.
Yeah, because the Yankees are trying to ruin baseball.
So it's more the torpedo bats than the Yankees.
Well, who invented the torpedo bats?
I don't know, but several teams had them this
I
year.
think it's a guy. Actually, it's a guy from the Marlins invented them.
Really?
Yeah, I saw.
It was
an
MIT,
interview.
Marlins Institute of Technology.
I thought the Yankees hired the guy from NASA. He developed the torpedo bats, and now they're getting used.
It was MIT, which actually you could say it's a Red Sox problem. That guy's probably a Red Sox fan.
The man who created the torpedo bat is Miami Marlins field coordinator Aaron Leanhart.
And who owns the Miami Marlins?
Marlins man?
Nope.
Jeter.
Jeter. Okay.
And they're really good.
Marlins are.
Yeah, they're dark horse to win the NL East, right?
Yeah.
They are.
Okay. What's your cool throne?
My cool throne is giggles, laughter, and fun.
Yeah.
Specifically if you're in the New York, New Jersey area. Because Jameis Winston, new Giants quarterback, in a press conference said he wants to see the Giants win more games so they can have more giggles, more laughter, and more fun. And he adds that they don't have the look of a 3-14 team. I know you guys love Jameis. I do love Jameis too. Great guest of the show. I don't like the Giants. I don't really like Russell Wilson. I would love to see them go 2-15. Just so
But
he could be like,
What if they had more giggles?
right, and so that way he could be right about them not having the look of a 3-14 team.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it to go 3-14 while also leading the league in fun? I
Yeah.
think it might.
Yeah.
He's also not going to play again.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
So it's like, I don't like what's he can't control the giggles, laughter, and fun if
well,
you're on
he-
the bench.
He can.
I think he might play. I think Jameis might play this year.
I also know he can control the giggles, laughter, and fun.
Yeah, if you look at Russell Wilson, you say this guy's going to start all 17 games for you. In a situation where if the coach loses a lot, he loses his job, there's no chance that Russell Wilson's starting all 17 games. Zero.
Agreed.
And then I guess it's an embrace debate. I'll wait. We can do it at the end. See what if you guys
Okay.
address it.
Okay.
Okay.
PFT?
Yeah, my hot seat is the crown.
Yeah.
The crown, the college basketball crown is on the hot seat. People couldn't bet on it. Mm-hmm. Now,
Crown fucked up.
Now, you might say, well, people are surely going to watch the crown even if you can't gamble on it. Wrong. That's the whole purpose of this tournament, is to give people like Big Cats something to bet on after the NCAA tournament's over. And it's also a sweet, sweet vindication for our guy, NIT Stu, he takes on all the new competitive tournaments to the NIT every year.
Yeah.
And guess what? He was there before you. He'll be there after you.
That's facts.
The NIT is the granddaddy of them all. It was the national championship before the NCAA tournament came around, which he will be the first to remind you of. So he wrote this up, and his explanation for why he thinks that the crown did not work is that Fox Sports did not go through the proper channels to approve the games as being sanctioned by the NCAA to be allowed to be gambled on.
Crazy.
Which
How do you
is
not do that?
Really the only thing that you should have been worried about.
That's
in
what
this
we wanted to
situation.
do. We wanted to watch the crown, bet the crown.
Also, Loyola is in the Final Four of the NIT, I believe.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sister
North
Jean's-
Texas, Loyola, Cal Davis. I got the last one. No, I don't.
I
Who's
forget the last one.
I almost had the last one.
That's
But-
pretty good, though. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, they're playing them at Hinkle.
The last one is Chattanooga.
Oh, it's UC Irvine. My fault. UC Irvine. I knew it was one of the Cals.
Chattanooga, Loyola, North Texas, UC Irvine.
Love it.
Final Four. My cool throne is the Jets
Oh, I had that as well.
and the culture around the Jets. Because Woody Johnson is offering buyouts. I think 2/3 of the employees are going to be taking a walk after this year, Memes. Is that correct?
I believe so. 60%.
Now, I have a question, PFT, because I had this on my hot seat as well. Does this have any, and I'm not trying to become, a Florio Rossini type, but Woody Johnson the other day was on record when asked about the F grade that he received from the NFLPA survey report in February. He said, my first thought was it's totally bogus. Does it have anything to do with thinking that the report being like, it's not me that's the problem, it's everyone else, and then trying to buy out half of the staff and telling them that they have a culture problem? Is that anything related?
No, because what you're missing out here is that Woody did his own study on his own organization.
Okay.
So they had a comprehensive study, and the exercise has identified opportunities to operate, align, and innovate more effectively, per the Jets.
Got it, because it
Completely separate.
It does seem to me like there was the NFLPA survey, the Jets failed, and Woody Johnson just said, fuck this, I hate everyone here, I'm firing you all.
So Woody
A
Johnson.
totally normal reaction to have instead of looking at the mirror and saying, how can I be better?
Woody Johnson is firing everybody else
Correct.
from the Jets, but himself. We'll see what happens. So
Yeah.
2/3 of the employees. Memes. I think you got to say maybe a good thing.
It could be a good thing, just being like, well, we've been losers for the past 15 years. Let's just get everyone out.
Let's get everybody else changed. New blood.
Or he could be trying to get the leak out by firing everybody.
Or you could just trying to be hiring like everyone that will just do whatever Woody Johnson says and make sure they don't fill out the NFLPA scorecard.
Yeah, those are snitches.
Yeah.
So he's saying if I buy out 2/3 of my employees, then I have like a 66% chance that I got rid of all the leaks.
Yeah, possibly.
Did he do an email? Was he like, send me in 5 words or less, tell me what you did to improve the Jets last week?
I'm not sure. But isn't the NFLPA
Oh yeah.
filled out by the players?
Yeah, but you would think the culture in the room in the building. He can't fire all the players. He probably will try.
5 words to fix it. Remove Diana Rossini from Signal Chat. Problem solved.
Feels like a normal reaction to have. Right, Memes?
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah. Okay, that was gonna be my hot seat. Was all the people at the Jets organization that don't align with Woody Johnson's culture. My cool throne is analytics, because our friend Jim Harbaugh said on analytics, math tells the truth.
Yeah.
If Jim Harbaugh's big on analytics, like you can't, he's our shining beacon when it comes to football guy who also adopts analytics.
I'm starting to think that maybe math might be a football thing.
Yeah.
Because when he puts it that way, I've never heard, if I had a math teacher in high school that told me that, I would have been like, oh, okay, math is kind of hardcore. Somebody told Jim Harbaugh that, like, hey, in mathematics, you either get truth or you find out everything else that's a lie. And he's like, well, that's what I do. That's his personal philosophy of how he runs a football team. Somebody made math appeal to football guys, and
Right.
that person should get a raise.
Absolutely. Also, side note, I went to my son's parent-teacher conference this morning, and he's exceptional at math. And when I looked at his report card, I was like, oh, you're great at math. And he said out loud in front of his teacher, he said, yeah, that's because of mommy, not because of you. And I was like, yeah, true. I'm terrible at math. But it hurt right in front of the teacher, too. Basically called me a moron.
I mean, he can't. He's doing like addition still, right?
2 + 5. Sometimes struggle with it.
He's like, Dad thinks that 12 donuts is really 13.
Yeah, Yeah. Why is he always adding in sevens? Okay.
Do you guys want to do my embrace debate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney and her fiance split up. Do you think that he is down bad or better off? Like he
Down bad in the short term,
What's he up to?
better off in the long term.
Has he been seen cavorting in public?
he hasn't. She's been seen at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding.
She's the one who's canoodling.
Yes.
But she's been
so he's-
canoodling. Like if
yeah.
you're engaged to Sydney Sweeney, she's a professional. Like it's her
Correct.
profession to be
Correct.
matched up with super hot co-stars. That would have constantly been an issue.
Correct.
Or like it's not. No one wants that.
So down bad right now, but yeah, I think long term you'd have to be a very confident man to be able to deal with your fiance or wife having the entire internet be horny for her at all times. So yeah,
That was my.
and a Glenn
that was my
Powell
thing.
is like he can deal with it because the internet's also horny for him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that's an equal playing field. But yeah, I think long term he's probably gonna be like, you know what, that was gonna be tough.
Yeah, I think anytime your engagement ends, you can't be up big at that moment.
Right. Especially when your fiance is dating Glenn Powell publicly.
And your fiance is Sydney Sweeney.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What do you think, Hank?
I mean, kind of what you said. It's obviously like it sucks if you're going to get married and you're not, you're down bad. But I think, like you said, long term, he's going to be better off, and ultimately,
Living a more normal life.
yeah.
And also he probably like
the videos of like, because again, it's like cheaters in romantic comedies. Like you have to do the press stories where you're selling the romance of your co-star, but like that's brutal.
Yeah.
Hank, I think you should date Sydney Sweeney.
I'm down.
I think that's what the podcast needs.
Be huge for the podcast.
Yeah.
You could handle that, right? The entire internet being horny about
the
it?
internet's horny about him.
Yeah. You guys actually make a good couple?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, he'll be okay. And I think he also will have
She
pretty
She
good
might be from Chicago. She was like at Butch McGuire's.
No,
on
she's
New Year's.
from like that
Her
weird
fiance was from Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, she's from that weird place in like
So she-
Wyoming
Probably knows the city
or
pretty well.
Idaho.
Sun Valley.
She's in that circle in Idaho that's like what goes on here, and people are like
She's from
Nazis.
Spokane.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So close
Spokane, Washington.
enough. Yeah, close enough.
So let's see.
Yeah,
I'm trying to read about her, see what she has in common with you.
she. I listen, fiance. If he still lives in Chicago, come by. Let's bro out.
Sydney Sweeney was raised in North Idaho.
Okay, so I was right on that.
Yep.
Let's bro out, dude. We got your back. We'll hang out. Watch some ball with us. He'll be fine too because telling a girl, yeah, my ex-fiance Sydney Sweeney, I'd imagine that does well.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'd imagine that does
Says that
well.
she likes to fix up cars, Hank. She could repair your grill.
Oh, or Vanny Woodhead. What's the update?
My grill's fixed. Vanny Woodhead's getting fixed.
We're getting into the spring.
I know.
Okay, good.
She's got tremendous boobs, and you love boobs.
That's true.
You guys are practically meant for each other.
Like I said, I'm down. I'll say it again. I'm down.
Nice. Love that.
April Fools.
Oh,
That's good.
don't
That's
do
smart.
that. That's a trigger for
She's
Max.
going to want you more.
That's a trigger for Max. Okay, let's get to our interviews. We got Bruce Pearl, and then we have Min Woo Lee, and then we'll finish with some listener FAQs. Okay, before we get to Bruce Pearl, Coach Bruce Pearl, Final Four bound Bruce Pearl, Truly Unruly is the first high ABV hard seltzer that actually tastes good. Truly Unruly is a hard seltzer that breaks all the rules, drinks light, parties hard. With 8% ABV, it hits hard but still tastes amazing. Comes in 4 fresh flavors: Tropical Twist, Berry Blast, Citrus Crush, Strawberry Smash. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Find Truly Unruly at a store near you or visit trulyhardseltzer.com. That's trulyhardseltzer.com. Again, it's 8% ABV. It hits hard, but it tastes amazing. It's about to be summertime. It's about to get unruly with Truly. And get those 4 flavors. My favorite flavor, Strawberry Smash. Find Truly Unruly at a store near you or visit trulyhardseltzer.com. Okay, also before we get to Bruce Pearl, Hey Dude, the ultimate baseball fans footwear is here. The Hey Dude MLB collab is your perfect shoe for game day and every day. Designed for everyone who lives and breathes baseball and who loves their city and reps it with pride. Featuring embroidered team details, a baseball stitched heel, and a green footbed. These shoes are a must-have for every game day for Astros, Braves, Cubs, Dodgers, Rangers, Red Sox, and Yankees fans. Head to heydude.com to get your pair. I'll say personal endorsement. Hey Dude is the most comfortable footwear out there, and it's perfect for summertime. You slip them on. Also great dog walking shoes. You slip them on. You can go to the park. You can go to the beach. You can go to the bar. You can walk around town. Hey Dude has it all. So go check them out right now with the collab. Hey Dude has Astros, Braves, Cubs, Dodgers, Rangers, Red Sox, and Yankees fan. Head to heydude.com to get your pair today. Okay, here he is, Bruce Pearl. Okay, we now welcome on recurring guest, friend of the program, and he's getting ready for his second trip to the Final Four. It is Coach Bruce Pearl, Auburn Tigers. Coach, congratulations, first of all. And I had to ask right off the bat, it's kind of like a people forget that. When you get to cut down the nets and you're going to San Antonio and you have a Final Four again with this Auburn Tigers team, people forget that you guys had a fight on a plane to start the season. Did you ever think you would be here? Because it is kind of, you guys were so phenomenal all year that was completely washed away, and it's probably a lot of credit to you, but it's been a wild season. Has that entered your mind going to San Antonio and being like, man, this season started in a weird way?
No, you know what jumps out at me, Big Cat, is the fact that on that trip we went to Houston and we had to play an incredibly well-coached, hard-playing Houston team, where we were going to find out whether we're going to be physical and tough enough as we progress through the season to be able to be successful. And we played one of the best games that we played all year long, particularly late in that game. And I think once we were able to beat Houston, or at least compete with them, we felt like this team had a chance to be pretty special.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. You cut down the nets. Is that the net right above your left shoulder there? Is that the actual net?
No, that was the 2019 net. So I'm hiding this net, and not sure where we're going to display it.
Yeah, that's a tough question. It's like, what do you do with a great net? Do you? I would think maybe frame it up, but it looks like you just put a nail through it and hung it up on the bookshelf.
That's it right there. That's kind of how I roll. I'm not really in a frame, so let's just hang it up and let's go get another one.
I love that. I would do the exact same. Just maybe put some chewing gum and stick it to the wall. But you got a great game coming up against Florida. You are the underdog this week. Last weekend you were like, yeah, I'm going to self-appoint ourselves as underdogs against Michigan State. I think you guys were favored in that one, but it was a fantastic game. You actually are the underdog going into this weekend, and you've lost to them once this season. So what did we learn from the loss to Florida that we're going to take into this game?
Well, PFT, listen, I was not going to allow us to go in against Tom Izzo in Michigan State, where he was 10-0 against the SEC in the NCAA tournament and 8-2 in the Elite Eight, and let anybody say that Auburn's not the underdog in this matchup. I don't care what the bookie said. And we've been that way all year long. We were picked 11th or between 11th and 15th someplace in the preseason, and we managed to be number one for a while. And then, we go in as the overall number one seed. Florida handed it to us. They put 90 on us. They made 13 threes. They had 22 assists. They played beautiful basketball in our building. And it was one of the bigger wins of the year in college basketball. And so they're not worried about us or afraid of us or intimidated by us. They've seen it before, but it'll be a great matchup. And I do think it'll be a matchup of a great backcourt and a great front line. We'll have to make some adjustments. Obviously, they put up 90. We're not going to be playing on Monday night.
Yeah. So it is fascinating that you guys have played all three of the Final Four teams. You beat Houston, which you mentioned early in the season. You lost to Duke at Duke, and then you lost to Florida. How much of those games do you take when scouting, in April? Or is it like, hey, we're throwing that out, we're a different team now? That was all the way back in November or December for the Duke and Houston case.
Well, you know what? You still look at the matchups. I see these coaches are successful because they are who they are. And this is what we're going to do and go stop it. And so there's not going to be a lot of tricks in the bag and things like that. There'll be some adjustments. We'll certainly have to make some adjustments because some of the things that we did weren't successful. That's what you look at. How much of these teams, two things, how much of these teams improved since the last time we played? And finally, and probably the most important, what do you have left in the tank? How much more step up do you have? Like, for example, in Atlanta, Janai Broom demonstrated that there was step up to even a guy that's the candidate for the National Player of the Year. Denver Jones proved that there was step up. And so did Todd Pettifor, and a lot of our guys did. So if we can continue to step up, we'll continue to win.
Yeah, I love watching Pettiford play. It's so much fun. When he gets hot, you can just feel it. I think it was the game against Michigan where I even tweeted, I was like, he's getting hot right now, and you could see it. Like, he hit one step back, and then it was like the next 3 minutes he just owned the game. Does he always have the green light, or are you sometimes having to say, hey, Tahad, maybe let's pass the ball a little bit? Because if I were his coach, I would give him the green light all the time. I'd have us losing with him shooting 40 times.
Well, Big Cat, that's why you're doing what you're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing.
Fair.
Okay? Because listen, Tahad, we need him. And his teammates need him. But one of the things that you got to do to be on a great team is you got to all have a little bit of sacrifice. You got to share it. Miles Kelly needs shots. Denver Jones needs an opportunity. We got to put the ball in Chad Baker-Mazara's hands. We got to isolate Chaney. We got to get the ball to the big fella, Janai Broom. We got to get Cap, some close ones and some lobs to the rim and get him in spots to offensive rebound. In other words, we're only as good as the sum of our parts, but we clearly need the little fella to make shots and to make reads. And so, yes, he does have freedom where he knows what he's supposed to do and when he's supposed to do it.
Okay, so has there been a game? I think there was one game, I think maybe it was the Georgia game where he went off, where you just looked at him and you're like, it's yours, go ahead. Like, you got this.
Yeah. Well, he knows it. And, there's part of the reason why he banged one and then got three more is because my offensive coordinator, Mike Burgermaster, went to him. And those guys know the looks and they know the plays. And look, if you just let him do whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it, then your floor may not be balanced in transition. You may not have good offensive rebounding opportunities. So timing and spacing of some of the shots that he takes is absolutely vital. And he understands that, even though he's a freshman.
Yeah.
I did notice that he changed his shoes at halftime in the Elite Eight. I don't know if you caught that. Maybe he wasn't feeling himself in the first half, but he came out in the second half. I was like, okay, it's on, because he's identified the problem. Now he's wearing the blue shoes. He's going to be hot in the second half. Was that a coaching point? Did you tell him to do
good.
that?
I didn't notice it, but that's the play. Hey, that's the freedom you give your players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, so another freedom guy, Chad Baker-Mazara. I love watching him play.
Love that guy.
He to me, and you can tell me I'm way wrong, but like sometimes it feels like he might be the heartbeat, the energy heartbeat of your team in terms of like he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's had some moments where he's been kicked out of games. When you're coaching him, are you telling him anything, like giving him any guidelines, or are you saying, hey, we know that we feed off of what you're doing? Because there'll be times where I think it was actually in the Michigan State game where it was like he stole the ball, he got a jump ball, he got a rebound. Like it all happened in like 60 seconds. You could feel the game shift just off of his energy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Big Cat, even though he didn't score great in Atlanta in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight, he affects the game in a lot of ways because he gets his hands on a lot of balls at 6'8" with those long arms. He has great understanding about how to defend, how to communicate, and he makes a lot happen. A lot of times when you give the ball to, like, for example, when I give the ball to Todd, I want him to score first, score second, and then make the easy pass. With Chad, I just want him to play because he'll score, shoot, pass, and make the right read 9 times out of 10. And so he's got a great feel. He's got stuff you can't teach.
Yeah.
He's got feel. And that's why I think you like him so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's passionate, and he's just got to channel that emotion into being something positive. And he really tries to do that.
Yeah, I love watching him play. You're right. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. As a coach, when you're watching him, can you sense like, hey, it might be time to get Chad on the bench just for a second, let him take a couple deep breaths, maybe do some meditations in the back end?
100%. Absolutely. Teams are going to go after him. They're going to cheap shot him. They're going to grab him. They're going to hope that maybe he can, lose control. And, a missed shot or a bad call or things like that. You could tell if he's going to overcome it quickly or if just get him out, give him another minute or two, and he will always recover. But that's a good feel that you have to have that he has, and he always bounces back.
So one of the wildest parts of the game, the Elite Eight, probably had your heart up in your throat for a little bit, was when Janai Broom came out, grabbing his elbow, looked like he was hurt. I'm a lip reading expert. It seemed like he said, "I'm done. Like, this is it for me." Was that what your impression was? Were you shocked to see him come out of the locker room and say, "Hey, I'm good to go"?
Yeah, I was. I thought that we were going to have to play the last 10 minutes of the game without him. And I knew that Dylan and Chaney and the rest of the guys could hold it down defensively. I also knew that without him, our offense would be compromised and we'd have to do some different things. But when he came back out of the locker room, and I heard the crowd first, and so then I sort of turned and saw him walking towards me, kind of a stoic look on his face. I wasn't sure whether he was just coming out to support his teammates or whether he was going to go in the game. And so I looked at him. I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "I think so." I said, "Do you want to go back in the game?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, then get your ass in there." And it was good timing because Dylan Cardwell was popped. I was either going to have to sub somebody or call a timeout and let Cap rest for a little bit. So it worked out. It worked out pretty well. It was a Willis Reed moment.
Yeah.
And if Janai Broom or his family were ever wondering how valuable, how much he is appreciated by the Auburn family, that State Farm Arena was as loud when Janai Broom walked out as Madison Square Garden was when Willis Reed walked out.
Yeah, It was a great moment. So how's he feeling? You obviously are going to not give us a straight answer, but maybe wink at us or something? Like, is he going to be good to go?
Come on. Big Cat, I wouldn't do that.
He just winked. He just winked. Okay, so he's good. He's good to go.
All I could tell you is that he's not going to practice for a couple of days. He needs to rest and recover. And all year long he's bounced back from injuries, a shoulder, an ankle, and I have no doubt that he'll bounce back from this. But we probably won't move him much until Thursday.
Okay.
If you had to cut one of his arms off and he only had one arm, would he be in your rotation?
Yeah, he would be, as long as we were cutting off the right arm, not the left. He needs that left arm pretty much. Yeah,
okay.
He needs it.
That makes sense. All right, so your matchup against Florida, this is interesting because Todd Golden, you hired him onto your Auburn staff when he was he was in the private sector, then he assistant coached at Columbia for a couple of years. Then you take a shot on him. His career's been taken off. He's done great things with Florida. So it's a little bit of a, teacher and student thing. Is there any part of that where you're game planning, where you know him well, he knows you well, where you try not to outsmart yourself?
You know what? I don't think so. You know what? Not only did I hire Todd, but I hired Todd when I first got the Auburn job. In other words, when I hired my son, Steven, and I hired Todd, and I hired Harris Adler and a couple other guys that worked with us that first year, you know what? I surrounded myself with friends and family. Tony Jones joined me. He was with me at Auburn. And so, and then we brought in the legend, Chuck Person, who was a great player here. And, so I trusted Todd. And he really got his teeth cut here. I think he watched the way we wanted to try to run our program, saw some things that we did well, saw some things that we didn't do well, and then went on. And he played for a great coach at St. Mary's. He's worked for some great coaches. And so it's no surprise to me that he's done big things at such a young age already at Florida.
Are there any, though, wrinkles in your game plan where you're like, I know he knows how to stop this because he knows it, because he worked with you hand in hand for a couple of years. So is there anything that you're like, hey, we know he's going to expect this, so we got to have maybe something a little bit different from it?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that, but there's more than anything. Look, they know how we play. We know how they play. To the best man win. I mean, I just think that sometimes at this point of the season, we're going to tweak, but we're not going to tinker.
Yeah.
I mean, we are who we are, and we know how we play best and the things that we do best, and that's what we're going to roll with.
I don't know. You probably didn't. Well, you probably saw it afterwards. The Houston-Purdue game, the blob at the end of the game by Kelvin Sampson. Do you have a blob that if I put a gun to your head, I was like, this has to work, otherwise you're dead? Do you have a blob that you're like, this will save my life?
Well, Big Cat, we score 48% of the time on under basket out of bounds plays.
Okay.
And that ranks in the top 5 in the country. So it's a very, very dangerous place to have the basketball. Purdue does certain things in their coverage with how they X out off the inbound passer. Kelvin Sampson knew that, so he put their inbound passer in a position where he would anticipate that he would jump off the ball, therefore leaving that window of opportunity available. And he probably had that one in his bag. He just used it at the right time.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always wondered that if you got a great play like that, I would burn it like on the first blob of the night. I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's use the play that we're going to score on. How much does it take discipline to keep your best blob in your back pocket?
It does. It does. We had a pretty good blob against, I think it was Michigan, where we actually slipped Chaney Johnson to the basket, anticipating that Wilf would jump out and switch. We hadn't run that play all year long. And it was about 6 or 7 minutes left to go in a game, and it was a big bucket for us. So, yep, coaches have got to have some of that stuff in their bag.
Now, I know it's a little bit of a different situation, but do you ever run a great slob and then you're like, I'm going to use it as the blob?
Oh yeah, you could turn that thing around.
You can slob to blob?
You can absolutely slob the blob.
I love that.
Blob.
You can blob to slob? You can go backwards?
Not everybody can, but I can.
I love that.
It's experience.
That's a great
teaching.
coach.
Yeah,
That's
slob
why
on
you're
my
in the
blob.
Final Four.
Yeah, so I got to imagine there's some additional pressure on you as well, knowing that if you lose, you stand to make Charles Barkley look like a fool, like a damn fool on national television.
Oh, and look, Charles, I think picked Florida to win it from the jump. I think his bracket has Florida in. I think Charles's bracket actually has Florida advancing and winning the national championship. So, Charles is large and he's in charge.
Yeah.
And he's in charge of his own bracket. I do think he had us getting to the Final Four, though. I do. I just don't think he had us going all the way.
So he had Florida beating Auburn in the Final Four?
I think he did. I think he did.
That's either extremely disrespectful on his part, or he's a great friend because he's giving you extra bulletin board material.
Yeah.
Well, we Charles is a great entertainer, so we try not to take everything he says seriously. But listen, there's nobody. I'm happy in so many ways for Auburn. I'm happy for the university. I'm happy for our leadership. I'm happy for our student body. I'm happy for the students, the student athletes, and their families that have all, done so much to get their sons to this point in their lives, and now being rewarded with, being at the top of their game. I'm happy for my coaches and their families, and I'm happy for my family. They've been so incredibly supportive. And we just shared in this life, and we share in this, in this success, and we're incredibly grateful. And I won one national championship in Division II back in 1995, and I'm getting closer to where this is sort of. I'm clearly on the back nine. I don't know that I'm playing the 18th hole yet, but I'm running out of holes. I'm running out of time, and. This would be there'd be no time like the present to get a national championship.
It'd be big for the conference too. You're rocking the SEC on your shirt right there.
Yeah,
some conference pride. If Florida were to beat you, would you root for Florida in the national championship? Are you that pro SEC?
You know what? I probably would because of Todd. But I got to be honest. I've got great relationship with both John Shire and Kelvin Sampson, and think a great deal about them and as competitors. So, but they would understand that Todd would be more personal than just about the league. But at some point there's going to be a picture of the Final Four coaches. I'm glad to be one of them, and I'm even gladder to be in that picture with three guys that I know and respect really well.
So the SEC obviously had a phenomenal year. Did you see the stat though that you guys were only 500 in conference play?
Yeah, I thought we would have been a little bit over 500 in conference play, but that one caught me by surprise too.
Okay.
But fortunately, we were a lot better than that in non-conference play, So that was something that we had to overcome all season long. And no matter what we did all year long, we just couldn't get over that 500 mark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even worse than that, a bigger black eye for the conference, I think, is that you guys are going to set the record for most NCAA tournament losses this season.
That's true.
Pretty crazy, right? Like overrated, maybe.
Now, there you go. That's not the spin that I'm looking for right there. And I'm not going to be a party to that. 14 out of our 16 teams went. 7 got to the Sweet 16. 4 made it to the Elite 8, and 2 are in the Final Four. So sometimes you don't deliver, I think the SEC has delivered. It just means more.
It has been an incredible season for the SEC. I had one other question about your end of the season. So this is also why I'm podcasting and you're coaching. You guys finished the end of the season losing 3 out of 4. Kind of felt like it was fading a little. As if I were coaching, I would have been like, hey, guys, we suck. It's over. Like, we suck. What was your message, though, to the guys? Because that was kind of a weird time where people were like, hey, Auburn has had – their resume is impeccable, but what's happening here when we're getting to March and it's time to play good basketball and they lose a couple games they probably should have won?
Well, yeah, there's 2 ways to look at it. One way, and this is the way I looked at it, we had clinched the SEC championship at Rupp a week before the season was over. And we got to go play – the number 3 seed in the NCAA tournament, Texas A&M, on senior night. All right, we don't play great. They play well. We lose the game. All right, then we got to come home and play our arch rival, Alabama. We'd beaten them in a 1-2 matchup in Tuscaloosa. It'd be great to get the brooms out and sweep them. Nobody wants to lose to your arch rival. And we get beat on a buzzer shot in overtime, I think, or so. I don't even know what. Anyways, a buzzer shot. They were a 2 seed. Obviously got to the Elite 8. Then we go to the SEC tournament. We beat Ole Miss for the 3rd time. Oh, they by the way, they were in the Sweet 16. So the wheels weren't coming off. And then we lose a game in the SEC tournament to Tennessee. They were 2 seed, got all the way to the Elite 8. So we lost to 3 great teams. And no, you're right, though. We weren't playing our best basketball. I do think that we got a little bit of a wake-up call against Alabama State. My associate coach, Stephen Pearl, called us out. My captain, Dylan Cardwell, called us out, said some things that needed to be said. And fortunately, in the second round, we played one of the best 9 seeds in the history of the tournament in Creighton. Creighton had been to 4 of the last 5 Sweet 16s. And that was our matchup in the 8-9 game. By the way, the 8-9 game is so scary for the one.
Yeah.
Because those teams are all capable of beating you. And we had to play really well against Creighton. And once we played really well against Creighton, I knew that if we had missed a step, we were back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like how you said your associate head coach, Stephen Pearl. Is that how we do it? Not your son?
No, he's my associate head coach.
So is there a line that crosses where it's like, hey, when we're home and your mom's around, we could be father son, but when we're in the locker room, like it's all the time.
He's the father of my grandchild, Laney Marie. That's who he is.
Yeah. Associate head coach.
And he grew up little buddy. He grew up as little buddy. The players all called him little buddy. So I refer to him as son, but he's my defensive coordinator and he's my associate head coach. And we're playing for a national championship this weekend.
That's awesome.
Pretty special.
That being able to share that with your son is really, really cool. Because like you said, you don't know how many more years, but I assume that your son is going to be a head coach at some point. So this isn't just unlimited amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And Big Cat, he's a big fan of Barstool, big fan of you guys. And you guys will enjoy having him on in years to come. He's way more entertaining than I am. But look, Stephen could have left Auburn years ago and become a head coach. A lot of different opportunities were out there for him. But you know what? He wanted to stay. He wanted to help his father. And there's a little godfather in this family. I
like that.
I didn't want this for Stephen. I wanted it to be, Senator Pearl, President Pearl. I didn't want him to be associate head coach Pearl, but this is the business we've chosen.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're like, I want you to do better than I did. Yeah. I was the one that was out here grinding as a basketball coach, so you could achieve something else. Like, Dad, this is the line of work. It's in my blood.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great.
So one thing that we always pay attention to as fans is the big gyms that you have to shoot in sometimes in March. So you're going to be playing in San Antonio, not necessarily known as a shooter's gym. It's a big, a lot of room behind the basket. Is that something that you guys can prepare for? Or is that something that we overblow as fans watching the games, trying to sound smart?
No, I think it's probably a factor. I just hope the wind is at our backs for the whole game. And, it's such – I'll tell you, the hardest thing about playing in a dome is it takes me 20 minutes to go from the court to the locker room.
Right.
It's like a workout. It's like 3/4 of a mile to get from and then if you make that walk 3 or 4 times, you kind of get your steps in for the day. And And so, like, I've got to leave. I'm probably only going to talk to my team for like 5 minutes at halftime. I will have to leave early to be able to get on the court for the second half tip.
It's like that. Was it the Deontay Wilder fight where he took like 7 minutes? Walking out to the ring. By the time he got there, he was gassed, got knocked out.
Yeah.
You gotta plan that in advance. Maybe get a scooter.
Yeah.
Or like a golf cart to drive you out.
No, I'm not quite scooter age yet. I have gotten my ARP card, and if I did get a scooter, I would get a senior citizen discount. But I'm not there yet.
That's good. I mean,
I just gotta find a way to make this limp look like a swagger.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's definitely not there yet. I'm not there.
Yeah. I mean, you have been a mainstay in coaching for a long time. I always think back to the Tennessee days and how much different college sports have become in those 15 years. Has anybody from the NCAA ever reached out to you and been like, "Hey, sorry about getting you in trouble for having a cookout, for feeding your players hamburgers"?
No. Listen, no, they haven't. And you know what, guys? For me, honestly, the reflection is, like, even if you do make mistakes, God offers us grace, and I don't know whether it's there's any thing that kind of go along with it, like you have to act a certain way or believe a certain way in order to get the grace. I back in the day I was accountable for my mistakes. Cost some people their jobs and the families of my coaching staff, and so I let some people down for sure. But I got a second chance. And so there are a lot of people that have accomplished a great deal, but without a second chance, they wouldn't be where they are. So listen, I am just nothing but grateful, to Auburn for giving me the opportunity to get back into coaching and let me lead this incredible university. By the way, you guys are too young, but you don't have kids old enough to kind of go to college. Like, you should really, really look at this place. It's amazing.
I went down. We saw you this year when we went and did the live show, and I was just like, this place is heaven.
You guys were here for the Cal football game.
I can't remember. It might have been Cal. I can't remember what weekend, but it was awesome. It was incredible. Like, it's picturesque. As long as I have 3 kids, one of them has to go to Wisconsin, and the other 2 could go somewhere like SEC warm. So that's fine.
Well, the Badgers have got a great football environment. Camp Randall, and it's pretty. When you say Wisconsin,
you said it all. All right, last question for you, Coach Pearl. Rowback question, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rhoback.com, promo code TAKE. All right, so I'll end the interview with how I started it. Let's just say you guys win on Saturday. Houston wins on Saturday. It's Houston-Auburn. Are we doing a simulated fight in like a ballroom on a plane before that game, just so like out of tradition before you play Houston? No,
we're not going to do that. But listen, I want to tell you a little secret about Calvin Sampson and I. We actually resemble each other. I'm a little darker than Calvin. His hair is a little darker than mine, and we decided a long time ago that if we ever got caught in the wrong place, he was going to be Bruce Pearl and I was going to be Calvin Sampson. But fortunately, neither one of us travel in wrong places, and so therefore we don't have to worry about that. So no, that'd be like playing my stepbrother right there.
That'd be incredible. It's a great Final Four. It's pretty cool to be part of, going into it, the best Final Four on paper that has ever happened, because all 4 teams are just so good and so dominant. So congrats again, and it's always fun to talk to you. Hopefully have you back on. Maybe, you know what, we'll request associate head coach Stephen Pearl after you guys win the national title.
That'd be a way better interview. But guys, I hope the product delivers. But I do think you're right. I don't think you can name a 5th team that this year deserves to be playing for the national championship more than the 4 teams that are alive. And there's something really, really good about that.
Yeah. Agreed.
I would agree with that. It should be a great matchup. 2 great matchups, and then hopefully a great championship game.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Coach.
War Eagle.
Coach, Bruce Pearl was brought to you by Tax Act. Our great friends over at Tax Act want to remind you that it's already April. Can you believe it? And your taxes are due on April 15th. Hank, do you have any tips?
My tip would be to lock in, take it seriously, and get over to taxact.com and use Expert Assist to answer all and any question you might have about doing your taxes this year.
They are 100% credentialed, 100% U.S. based, so they know the ins and the outs of the tax laws. You can get the answers that you need starting at just $20. If you need a little help or a lot, they can answer all types of tax-related questions. It's crunch time. You want to get it right. Tax Act makes it easy so you can get them over with and be done for the season. Hank, where should they go?
TaxAct.com right now.
Bruce Pearl was also brought to you by BetterHelp. Part of My Take is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session. That adds up fast, but with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you can get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. I've gone to therapy in the past. I found it very, very helpful. I think a lot of people could use BetterHelp. A lot of people could use therapy. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, BetterHelp is a great option to save you time, save you money, and your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/PMT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PMT. And now here's Min-Woo Lee.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, fresh off of his first PGA Tour win at the Texas Children's Houston Open. It is Min-Woo Lee. First of all, congrats. Congrats on the first PGA Tour win. Huge win. How does it feel to have that? Has it hit your bank account yet?
No, I'm waiting for it. It's I think it's on a Wednesday usually, so I'm waiting for that notification, and then I think it will be a sweet one. But thank you. No, it feels surreal, and yeah, it's a strange feeling because it's you're doing your everyday life stuff as a usual week, but in the back of your head, you're like, yep, I just won that tournament. So it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, it was a very fun final round, and there was one moment that I'm dying to know about. You hit it into the water. What hole was that? 16. You hit it in the water 16, and Scotty Scheffler's, obviously the guy right behind you in terms of the scoreboard. Were you like, holy shit, this is all going to fall apart right here? Because I know that, like, from an average golfer, when you hit it in the water, you're like, that's it. We're packing in for the day.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I was so mentally locked in that there was a little bit of doubt because I know Scotty made birdie on the 16th green, and I can see that. The only place I couldn't go is the water, and decided to go over there, make it a bit interesting. But a bit of both. You are thinking, hey, this. What was it? The fourth shot that I hit after, the tee shot was not easy. The second tee shot, because you don't want to hit it too far left because that's a tendency. You hit one right, you're going to hit one left. So I managed to get it somewhere down there, and then I hit it to, had like a 9-iron in, and it wasn't like the easiest because there was a little bit of mud on the ball, and mud on the ball makes it go everywhere. So I had like a 30-footer, and then made my bogey, which was, I think reasonable for that, and then it was kind of game on. Made two really nice pars and got it done. But it was I was hoping Scotty didn't make birdie on either 17 or 18 because that would have made it a lot tougher.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a lot of fun to watch. I like you. For a brief moment on Sunday, I despised you. I'd like to give you a chance to clear it up, to explain things, so we can get back to liking you again. The 8th hole.
Yep.
Took 30 minutes to play the 8th hole. I think I said that we got to start stroking guys after you complete that hole. I just mostly say we got to start stroking guys because it's fun to say.
Yeah.
But it took you 30 minutes, a half hour to play the 8th hole. You hit your first shot under a tree, and then you tried to figure out what you were going to do. Can you walk us through why that hole took a half hour?
Yeah. Someone needs to clear that up. Was it 30 minutes just waiting on the tee as well? Because we waited for a good 5-10 minutes there.
That's a good question. I don't know.
So I mean, it didn't feel like 30 minutes, but I think part of it was waiting on the tee because, okay, that was obviously a moment that on social media, everyone's like, yeah, 30 minutes, it shouldn't be like that. You should start stroking guys. But I mean, a couple holes later, we like caught up to them and every hole was slow from then. So yes, that hole was slow, but I mean, we had to wait every hole on the back nine. So it's not like it made that big of a difference. Yes, it was slow for that hole, and I'm sorry about that. But I mean, I had a tough decision. I mean, as an aggressive kid, like I wanted to, get on my knees and hit that shot. But, my veteran caddy out here, was telling me, hey, and it happened. That exact thing, what he said happened. And it could have gone either way. In my situation, I was like, okay, the lie's okay if I take a drop. It's a bit of a bare lie. And I didn't hit my 2-iron good out of there. But, I thought if I could whack it out, 20 yards and still have a shot onto the green, I can easily make a par that way. But there was obviously risk involved. So hopefully you like me after this. But it was like it looked bad, obviously. No one wants to take 30 minutes, but yeah, it took a while. I mean, there was obviously the whole situation with the Toasty stuff, but that, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, where is that right now? Because you did have a slow playoff that was going on that Toasty was being accused of then slow playing you by walking behind you. Love it. This is what we tune in for golf. For two guys to slow play each other. How have you talked to him, or is it beef?
Yeah, no. There's that's the funny thing. I had no clue what he was talking about with the rules official on 8. So I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know if it took 30 minutes. I didn't know if he talked to the rules official, because after I hit my shot, I walked to the fairway and he was talking to a rules official, and I heard Bones say, like, why is he talking to a rules official after all this time while he was waiting for me, and why couldn't he do it while I was hitting the shot? So there was a bit of confusion there. He was obviously talking about how slow I was, but in my defense, there's 100 people right next to me and I can't look over to the other side of the fairway. To get a number, especially on 18 as well, to get a number from the sprinkler, if there was no crowd, it's easy. Like my caddy can step it out. But when there's people around you, it's hard to get a yardage. And I think, that's a reason why rangefinders may come back in. And that would have made it easier. I would have hit the shot within my time limit. Yeah, there was no beef. I mean, he stayed. I mean, props to him. He stayed towards the end after media, after my trophy presentation. So he stayed like an hour and a half to say, this is what happened on social media. And I took a glimpse of it on social media. I opened my Instagram. I saw something about it and I was like, I don't care. I won the tournament, whatever. And it looked bad on Toasty because he was obviously, walking back there. But he said he went to the bathroom, which fair enough. That, you're going to be 150 yards behind anyway. So, I mean, for the guys that want drama, I'm sorry, I don't think it's as beefy as it looked like. But no, I mean, I'm fine. We're fine. I think we're fine. But yeah.
I did like that at the end you had some fun with it and you did the aim point for your 3-inch putt to win the whole thing. And did you see the clip that Scotty actually laughed as well? Which that we need more of that in golf. That was fun.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I just thought it was a funny moment. You're never going to do it ever any other time unless you have that. And I'm a bit of the man of the people, and I try to make some fun out of it. And there was no beef about that with Toasty or anything. I just told my caddy, hey, would it be funny if I did this? And he said, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And it was just one of those things that I'm a bit of a jokester, so I just thought of that in that moment. And it was funny.
Imagine if you had missed that though.
Yeah, did that thought cross your mind? In the 15 seconds after you did the aim point, you're like, well, I better fucking make it now.
Well, I wouldn't have done it if it was 3 feet. No, that's a bit of a different story. But because it was such a tap in, it was fine. But it could have been bad if I think social media was like, oh, that's a bit tough and bad because putting's hard and short putts are tough. But that was short enough to do it.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. So you have 3 M's that you've credited with your success. Would you like to explain what the 3 M's are?
3 M's?
The 3 M's. The mustache is one. The mock turtleneck is the other, and then the mullet is the third. I'm not seeing. Did you trim up the mullet a little bit?
No, actually, the last time I trimmed it up was Vic Blends. He cut my hair in Arizona for the waste management. So, and then I obviously got some highlights to have a bit of fun with it, and I might have to keep that. So there was a moment in between where I had the mullet and the highlights. So I might go get the mullet again, and then the mustache. I've had it for a year or two, and it's just one of those things where it just stays, and it's just your look. What was the other M?
The mock turtleneck.
The mock turtleneck. Okay, that's that might be in the making. So look out for it, and I'm looking forward to whatever comes out. Big week next week, so it might just make an appearance then.
Oh yeah. So how are you feeling for Augusta? Can you win it?
I think so. I mean, last week was a very big turning moment for me. After the Players a couple of times, I faltered a little bit, and I just locked in last week. I don't know why. I think I was a bit embarrassed about how I went about on Saturday and at the Players, and I think that's just all a learning curve. I mean, you want to play as good as the first two rounds, but when you're sleeping on a lead and when you're doing that, it's just part of it, and it kind of, you have to take a moment to realize what happened, how was I acting, how was my body language, and I think that was a big part. The second time, obviously, at the Players a couple of weeks ago, that was a huge moment for me. So, and obviously, a couple of weeks later, I bounced back and took the dub. So, I think pretty proud of the way I handled myself, and that's going to be massive for times coming.
Yeah,
Augusta would be a pretty cool one. I played pretty good there, we'll see.
Yeah, so you've played. This is your fourth Masters at Augusta. Yeah. So do you feel like you are getting to a point where you know it better and you can start playing it, in a more aggressive fashion? Because it feels like when we talk to guys about Augusta, it's like the first couple times you're just kind of in awe and you don't really know all the tricks. And then once you start figuring it out, you can start playing the angles and figure out where your shots want to be.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. You need to hit it good, obviously. You need to be on your game. Everyone can just say, hey, Augusta is this, but you still got to hit it really good. I came, 14th in my first year, and I got really comfortable with it. I don't know. I love the way it shaped for me. Not too many very straight holes. You need to do something off the tee, which I love. That's why I play, pretty good at the Players too. It just, sawgrass just suits my eye. I don't mind hitting a draw now and then, and when everything's kind of firing, it's fun, and I just love the week. There's something about it, but you just have this feeling that I don't know. You get there and you're like, shit, this is it. This is the big dance.
Yeah.
So
yeah. In the Full Swing documentary, they were talking about you and your sister, because your sister is a very good golfer. I think you said that she's better than I am at some point, and that if you practice more, maybe you'd be as good, but you just sometimes don't feel like practicing. Have you changed up your practice game at all since that taped? Have you dedicated yourself more to it?
Yeah, the last few years, yes. We probably recorded that a couple years ago. Right now, I can say that I work hard and I don't feel like I leave too much out there. But I guess, you change your routine a little bit. When you feel tired, when you feel this, you don't want to do it, but you kind of push yourself to do it. And obviously that, it's helping. And I was always a talented kid. I always, kind of took the shortcuts, but you can't take shortcuts here. If you want to beat Scotty, you got to work hard. You got to play good and practice hard to beat all these top players. So you're going to fall behind if you don't.
Yeah. I got a dumb question, and I'm sure you get it asked a lot. Obviously, growing up in Australia, how many kangaroos have you seen, and have you ever had to fight a kangaroo? I said it was a dumb question. I said it was a dumb question.
Yeah, no, it's actually, at the golf course that my coach used to coach at, there was kangaroos everywhere on the golf course. So I think I related a little bit to kind of like deers, like some courses have deers on there, and this course had it, and there's a few courses that have. So you don't really see them too much in the wild, like, in the city and stuff, and when you drive around, but in like golf courses and some bush areas, you do see kangaroos, and no fights, nothing. You go up to them and they usually run away, but some of them actually get up on their tail and try to box you, but normally they just run away. So not really a dumb question, but yeah, it's chill.
Okay.
Kangaroos are chill.
Follow-up dumb question then. How many spiders or snakes have you killed in your life?
I have, spiders, like everyone thinks spiders in Australia are like massive.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've seen one that's, bigger than my fist.
That's a big spider. That's a big spider.
I mean, so I've only seen like a couple of them, but you just leave them. And if you're in a clean place, like, you're fine. But if you're maybe in the desert, in the bush, and, you don't take care of your house, you're probably going to get some spiders. But you don't kill too many spiders or snakes. I've seen 2 snakes in my life, and, they just run away. So,
we got snakes
for
on
someone being in Australia, it's not it's not as bad as what everyone thinks.
We got snakes on golf courses here in the United States.
Exactly,
we call them
exactly.
Toasty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, an argument, dumb question, whatever. What about guns, bro?
Yeah.
What about it?
I think spiders and snakes are a bit better than guns, to be honest.
Good
Well,
point.
the only way to stop a bad guy with a spider is a good guy with a spider.
Good point.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. So that's my question. That's my question to you guys.
No, it's very fair point.
That's fair. Heard that you got a nice congratulatory FaceTime from Justin Bieber. Is that true?
Okay, yeah, that was wild, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb because there was about 100 messages every second when I was doing media. So I put on Do Not Disturb, and I checked my phone log, and, there's a couple friends, and then there's Justin Bieber. And I'm like, shit, I just, kind of ghosted him. He probably thinks I ghosted him. So then I messaged him, I said media, blah, blah, blah. And I was on the flight to Vegas, and just got on the plane, and he FaceTimed me, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty epic moment. Yeah, it was a very cool moment. It was very cool. It's, my girlfriend's crazy. Usually my friends of girls are, going crazy about that. And I mean, I go crazy. I talk to him a little bit, and he's a legend. So, and he loves golf. So it's very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I saw a clip of you when you were running some nicknames by some people, trying to figure out a good nickname. Have we settled on Woozy?
Woozy's probably Woozy came from my Call of Duty gamer tag. So that's that kind of, and I put it on my yardage book on the back of my pants, and that kind of grew a little bit, and then obviously got Chef and the Chapinski stuff. So quite a few nicknames.
I took the liberty of jotting down a couple others if you'd like to hear.
I like this.
Just kind of brainstormed. Sure. You can tell me what you think. What about, you're Australian, what about the Woomin Onion?
That's pretty cool. That's good.
The Woomin Onion, pretty cool. Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Kangaroo.
Okay.
That's good.
Whoops, I did it amen. That's more of a Britney Spears lyric.
Amen. What's the amen for?
Whoops, I did it again. The Britney Spears song.
Nah.
Yeah, you're Bieber guy. You're Bieber guy.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Woomin Centipede.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Okay, the Woomin Centipede. I like that.
That's cool.
We should get. Does PGA Tour have any events this year near Chicago?
No, they got rid of. Didn't they get rid of it towards the it used to be a playoff event.
Because there's a guy who stands outside Wrigley Field named Ronnie Woo Woo that he just woos all the time. That would be sick to have him out with you.
Yeah.
Just wooing behind you.
Yeah, it was the BMW, right?
Yeah, the BMW.
Yeah, it used to be that.
Yeah. Okay, next time you guys are in Chicago, we got to get Ronnie Woo Woo in your crew.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about Augusta? What would be success?
I mean, right now, sky's the limit. I feel good, and I like the course. I've got the record for the front 9. I just need the record for the back 9, and hopefully we can put it all together. I feel very good. That's all I can say.
Yeah. That's a good feeling to be. By the way, I should have congratulated you from the start on being technically a better golfer than or better career than Jack Nicklaus, because you've surpassed his career earnings. So
Okay, yeah. That's great.
yeah, congrats. That's got to feel good.
That feels good. I mean, yeah, to say that I'm a better golfer than Jack Nicklaus, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, it's in the, I don't know what your career earnings are going to be after you won on Sunday, but he earned $5.7 million in his career.
That's pretty good. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think you have surpassed that officially. So congrats on that. That's huge.
No, I mean, you know what would be crazy would be inflated numbers what he earned.
Yeah,
that would be a joke.
Yeah.
So our producer Hank is a big golf guy. Spends I think 90% of his time golfing, 10% working. But he's a big fan of yours, as I think we all are. And he's got a question for you.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the toasty thing, but I guess I'm curious. I was watching a video of some other pros talking about how much they visualize Augusta when they're practicing in the months leading up to it. Like, is that something you're doing on the range where you're thinking about specific holes and specific shots, or is it something you wait until like now to start doing?
I think we have enough. This is every course. I think we have enough time to practice on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to hit the shots. But yes, usually we have like stats guys and guys that tell us, hey, the course suits this. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, kind of hurt their career because Augusta is a real, like, kind of a draw course. I mean, yes, you can hit fades, there's fade winners, but you know, people that hit fades no matter what, you know, they change their swing a little bit to hit draws. So there's been a lot of stories about, you know, them trying to fit their swings to go to Augusta. But yeah, you do a little bit. I think last week was a pretty good like warm up. I think Rory and a lot of other people say that, you know, it's a good warm up for it. And I wasn't really, you know, I just wanted to fit it in the schedule because I would have taken too much time off. So it was a last minute thing really last week, and it was a very good decision. So a bit of both. I think you have enough time. Like, I'll go to Augusta on maybe Sunday and go out there and hit some shots. But we know, I mean, you watch enough videos on YouTube and, you know, coverage to know what you have to do on the first, second, third. So yes.
Yeah.
Do you still get nervous, like at Augusta when they announce your name on the first tee box? Do you get nervous?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe not like when you first get nervous, like out there, you're like, shit, where is this ball going to go? But now it's probably like more of excitement nervous, because you know you've done it now and then, and you've done it a lot now in front of a big crowd, so you kind of know to go back to swing thoughts and stuff like that. So, yeah, you do get nervous. Yeah, Augusta for me is kind of, you know, the first hole is a bit awkward. Like, if you 3-wood might not get far enough, but driver's too far. So, like, it's kind of an in between thing, and you got to stripe it, or else you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hank's got
I have
another
a dumb question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you ever like hit up the pro shop? Like, do you buy stuff from the pro shop?
Oh, mate.
Like but even Masters, obviously, but any other pro shop.
Yeah. So, not many people probably know this. I mean, if you know, you know. But Augusta National, if you go there like weeks before Masters or months before, the pro shop is filled with Augusta National Golf Club stuff instead of Masters stuff. So Masters week, it's only Masters. So it's cool to have some hats and shirts and stuff that have just Augusta National Golf Club, because if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's when you go there prior to the Masters. You can't get that during Masters week. So, yes, heck yes. Yes. If you look at my house, there's a lot of Masters stuff. There's cups. There's, you know, the first couple of years I didn't have a house, so I couldn't get all the cool stuff. But now that I have a house, I just bought, you know, a couple $1,000s worth of stuff to put in the house, which is cool, which is what you want.
Yeah.
Do you download the Masters app?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Most of the time I watch every shot, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best app in the world, isn't it?
No, it's the greatest app. Yeah, I mean, every golf app should be like that. But yeah, that's another thing for us, like athletes, golfers, that we want to see how we swing the golf club. Like, we don't know like my swing on 16 at last week, it wasn't really anything like the other ones. What do you do different, So I obviously swung it a little bit too hard, way too hard, and that's something that we want feedback from. So every shot that we can see, which is awesome at the Masters, you get to kind of either get good feedback or bad feedback. So it's a great app.
So let's just say that you had not listened to your caddy on the 8th hole last week. You would have hit that shot, right? You would have hit that so far.
On what, the one on my knees?
Yeah, the one on your knees when you were taking out different clubs, seeing which one you should use.
For sure. I think, if you're playing with your buddies and like you're playing match play or something, you're gonna hit it. You're not gonna take a drop. But in this situation, it's a big deal, Like if I mishit it or I hit it if I hit it right into the trees and shank it, like you're making double or triple, and that's what you don't need. And to make a bogey there on such an easy hole, like that could have been the tournament right there. There was a lot of times when I was out there, I'm like, this swing is for the tournament, so don't F it up,
Yeah. I mean, the scariest part, when I was watching you set up for that shot, and I was like, is he going to hit this off his knees? The gallery that they had was in like a 10-yard alley for you. It's like this shot, if a regular, weekend golfer was out there hitting that, they would probably kill somebody. But I think that even at like your stage, sometimes they cut it a little close with the gallery.
Yeah, no, well, for sure. I mean, yes, I probably would have told them to move if I end up hitting that shot. But the crowd's keen and they want to look at, they want to be as close as possible and have a front row seat. So I mean, they probably don't expect it, but I mean, it could have happened. Something bad could have happened.
Yeah. All right. I have one last question. I think everyone else, Hank and PFT, might have a last question as well. My last question, Roback question, RHOBACK.com. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. Speaking of Augusta, what's your favorite hole?
My favorite hole, I mean, 16 is very special. 16 is cool.
Yeah.
Man, every hole is sick. Every hole is. I think 9 is underrated because the green. 11, it's tough. 11 is one of the toughest holes ever for anyone. I think I would say that 16 is special.
It's a good hole.
Yeah, it's a great hole. The right answer is the next one.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
The next
one.
The next hole.
You just next
hole mentality.
Yeah.
But 16
exactly.
works.
Every hole is important.
Yeah.
Every hole is important.
Yeah.
Don't they-
Every hole is important.
All holes matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Eventually,
Every
you got to
hole.
put it into every hole.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm here. My last question isn't as much a question as it just me saying I think I'm going to bet on you at the Masters. I think I'm now in the Wu-Tang Clan. I feel like I got to back you because you hit the ball a mile, which I love. You got the mullet, you got the mustache. You're Australian. You're checking a lot of boxes. So just know that no additional pressure. But I think I'm going to sprinkle some money on you on Augusta.
All right. Well, I think I can't speak about that, but I mean, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Do you have a last question, Hank?
When you're changing something with your swing or your game, how much is data? How much is feel?
A lot of both. I think it's got to look somewhat where you want it. So that's the feel part. You obviously got to exaggerate it. If you're hitting a draw and you want to hit a cut, like you got to really slice it or let's do the opposite way. If you want to draw it and you're a slicer, you got to really drop it inside and draw it, So what you feel, you got to record your swing. You got to record it, see, and your swing might not be there. So you got to really, really feel it. And then, yes, there's data. There's going to be times where if you have a TrackMan or TrackMan behind you and you're trying to hit that shot and you're still over the top and hitting a minus, club path, which means a cut, like there's a big feel and data. Yeah, they both kind of go together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Minwoo, thank you so much. We appreciate it. It was great having you on, and best of luck at Augusta.
Yes, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, and look forward to you getting that wire into your bank account on Wednesday. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah. You might get a message from me.
Okay.
But yes.
Love it. Thanks, man.
Boys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Minwoo Lee was brought to you by Experian. Madness in March is good. Madness in credit is bad. To take control of your credit and your finances, make sure you pick the Experian app. Experian could be your financial Cinderella with tons of free tools at your fingertips to help you take control of your financial life. The amount of free tools you get with Experian could fill a bracket with things like your free FICO score. You could boost your FICO score instantly for free with Experian Boost. They give you free access to a marketplace of credit card, loan, and auto insurance options, all matched to you, and you can freeze your credit file for free, helping protect you against identity theft. Make sure you're ready for your one shining moment with Experian. Go to the App Store, download the free Experian app today. They've been a part of our march with the Experian Bracket Busters. Shout out to the Foreplay boys. Experian hooked them up. Great pick on their part. Results will vary. See App Stores for details. Go to the App Store and download the free Experian app right now. Minwoo Lee was also brought to you by our great friends over at A24. From A24, Alex Garland and Iraq War veteran Ray Mendoza present Warfare, a visceral boots-on-the-ground story, and embeds audiences with Navy SEALs stationed in an Iraqi apartment building. It's in IMAX and theaters everywhere on April 11th. Get tickets now. That's right. From A24 comes Alex Garland and Iraq War veteran Ray Mendoza's show Warfare. Warfare is boots on the ground. You're inside an Iraqi apartment building with Navy SEALs in IMAX and theaters everywhere. April 11th. Get tickets now.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. Hank, you got some FAQs?
What prop/item shown behind Big Cat and PFT, or any item in the studio, has the most lore or backstory associated with it?
I told everyone about the Dan Marino.
Show the octopus.
Yeah, Dan Marino's wedding photo.
I've got a lighthouse here. That's
the octopus was sent to us for the BVT first episode, only episode. It is a octopus in formaldehyde that someone sent us, and we opened it up in a box on the first episode.
That part of my take license plate was sent when we first moved to New York from a kid from Scituate. Shout out to Andrew. But that has somehow survived the long haul.
I like this picture from Tiger King is a very moment in time. Chilling with Chels. Our good friend painted this for us. It's the dude on the jet ski. Doesn't really have any meaning. It's more like, oh, remember COVID?
Yeah. We got wingnut sauce back here.
Wingnut sauce.
Wingnut's big part of my take lore. Jeff Fisher, caricature of Jeff Fisher. One of the OGs, a part of my take.
Jeff.
My DC Defenders jersey.
We could clean this place up a little.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I wish we had better. This needs to be fixed every time we hit it. I feel like they're not fastened correctly. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Hank, I'm trying to remember why I bought you that $500 cow head.
I want to bet.
You know what that
Arizona.
It was Arizona.
Something to do with the Southwest Super Bowl?
Yeah. Something to do with that.
It was, yeah, you had to buy me $250 worth of Arizona.
Yeah.
Southwestern lore, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to.
I mean, the real
hang
answer,
that in my house, and then it got broken.
the Blake Bortles jersey.
Yeah, the Blake. Game ball from Big Dom.
Big Dom, big part of the show.
Big part of the show. Big Dom. And that's a real game ball, not from Jerry O'Connell.
No, that's real.
That's from Big Dom.
Mm-hmm. Really big job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there one result of a game you wish you could change for show purposes only? See if you guys, this guy gave an example. Curious if you guys would think of it.
You know what? I wish Big Cat could have won the Hail Mary game. I really wish. That would have been so good for you.
Or if it was just a single doink.
No, I wish it was a triple doink.
Yeah, I guess that would be the one.
I wish it would have been worse.
I think the Bears could have won the Super Bowl that year. Honestly. I do.
This guy said UCF over Zion's Duke. I would have a 5-year-old.
Oh,
I would have
the
a
cat.
5-year-old.
He's right.
I would have a 5-year-old
He's
cat
right.
right now named LeBron Lockwood.
That's 100% right. I'll say this. I wish that did you guys ever get to a game 7 against the Sixers?
Yeah.
I would have liked for the Sixers to beat the Celtics, just to max have one on that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Also, what was it, 2 years ago? Was the overalls? That was the NLCS. I wanted Max in the World Series then too. Remember they were up.
This is Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything Max I want him to win.
We just won.
It's true.
Well, yeah, he did. But
They're going to the White House.
I root for my guy Max. Yeah. I would have liked the Jets to win one more game in that stretch this year to have memes just strung along a little bit more.
Bills winning the 11-second overtime.
Oh,
game
yeah, that's a good
would
one.
have been great.
Yeah.
If the Jaguars had beaten the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, Blake Bortles goes to the Super Bowl.
Blake Bortles in the Super Bowl would have been scenes. The Cat one, though, is the winner. That's absolutely the winner. Good call.
What's up, Big Cat, Petite PFT, Horny Hank, and Mad Max? Are there any non-athlete guests that you all have been wanting to interview but haven't been able to?
Any of the guys from Blink-182.
Glenn
Or then
Powell.
what's the guy in White Lotus?
Oh,
He's like my
Walter
favorite guy.
Goggins.
That guy.
Yeah.
He's
great actor.
Chalamet.
Awesome. Oh, Chalamet's a great call. Matt.
Chalamet.
Way to opt back in.
Goggins, Danny McBride.
Danny McBride, great call.
Because you get Goggins in. He's in that show too.
Yeah. Danny McBride, great call.
Miley.
Will Ferrell would be fun.
Will Ferrell would be fun.
Vince Vaughn would be fun in person.
Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, what a G.
Let's get him on.
Yeah. Severance.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Which PMT guest? Oh, I know the answer to this, I think. Which PMT guest has had the best career after being on PMT? Oh, actually, no. Never mind. I take mine back mentally.
I mean, Josh Allen has to be up at the top because he came on PMT before he even got drafted.
Yep. Yelich.
Yelich
Yeah, he was
is
already
pretty high.
pretty big, though.
But he
blossomed.
Brooks won a couple majors after.
He had won one.
He had won one.
So
and
he won 4 more.
Yeah, 4 more is pretty high.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Jimmy Tatro. We remind him all the time
Jimmy
of that.
Tatro literally, like, we made his career.
Yeah.
His entire career.
He didn't. It wasn't when he was on, but I always laugh at the 49ers hotel.
Oh, yeah.
George Kittle.
Yeah.
When McGlinchey and Joe Staley were like, hey, we got this rookie who loves you guys and listens to every episode. Can you take a picture with him? We're like, yeah. Kittle. Like, fucking best tight end. And the man.
I mean, the answer might be, well, I guess he's not a guest, but Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods, future guest. That's a good question, though. Yeah, I mean, I think it's Josh Allen, Brooks,
Kittle.
and Kittle. I think those are the top of the line. Because those all were very early that we had them on, and they've had very good careers.
Ryan Whitney was a nobody,
That's
and then he came
true.
part of my take, and now he's got a world-class podcast and a line of liquor.
Now that I'm obsessed with golf, it's all I think about. It's all I watch. It's all I consume. It's all basically my entire life. I laugh thinking about those Brooks interviews and
Yeah.
like how little I didn't like. We were just like, yeah, we got Brooks Koepka. I was like, who?
Yeah.
And then at that time I was just setting up and recording the interviews, and I was just like, yep, another interview, cool.
Pretty good.
And now I like go back and watch, like I've watched 2018 Brooks final round Shinnecock, like 2018, like
You're one of those sickos that watches 2 hours?
yeah, helps me go to sleep.
Yeah. Jack Golke.
Yeah.
He's in the G League.
What's he doing?
I think he's on Detroit G League.
Caruso.
Great guy, but he's always been good at basketball.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good question, though.
Max, do you have
I'll
any?
think more about it.
Any
Max,
guys?
you got anyone? Anyone, Max? No
Come
one?
on, Max.
Schwarber.
Yeah, Schwarber.
Schwarber. We had Schwarber on before the Cubs World Series. That was 2016.
No.
I was-
No,
Oh,
no.
it was after.
It was after he tore his
You're right.
ACL.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. It was right after, so that doesn't count as much. That's a good question, though. I'll have to think about that. This is one of those questions that I'll think about like at like midnight tonight. Like, oh shit, we missed an obvious one. Someone we had on when they were super early on, and then went on to do great things.
Jaden. We had him on before he won the Heisman.
That's true. That is true. Jaden is although no, he won the Heisman. I think he did it with the Heisman.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, so right after.
Yeah. Because I was thinking Joe Burrow was like he literally won a Heisman in a national championship, so it's kind of are you doing? Pug, you might have to edit a little tonight.
No.
Yeah, I was listening in. I couldn't tell. Yeah.
Well, no, you don't have to edit. You just have to put it like there's no edits needed. It's just you're gonna have to put it out.
You're gonna have to make sure that nobody else sneaks in and edits.
That's fine. I'll do my best.
Okay.
Pug.
I had the real answer to that question, but it might be Hank.
Oh,
It was on episode 1 of Part of My Take, half asleep. Now he's about to date Sydney Sweeney,
that's true.
retire at 40.
He's basically the next Impractical Joker with what he did to Max today.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
You're
I
the
was rooting for Max.
you're the next
I was
Murr.
bewildered, stunned. I
Oh,
texted memes.
he took the
I
headphones off.
texted memes.
again.
It was like, there's no way this is happening, right? Like I thought Max was in on it.
All right, numbers. 3.
61.
Juan.
Keep getting me fixing the camera. I'll do 15.
15.
Also, Patrick Mahomes, you guys interviewed him before
Oh yeah, before he won a Super Bowl. Good call.
you got him on the loss.
Yeah, that's true. Max, number. You can't. Come on, dude.
Didn't he win his first?
No.
Oh, he lost to Brady.
Yeah, Max, you got to do a number. Come on. We all love you.
Me.
What number? Yeah, what number?
Max has been lowering his headphones so he couldn't hear.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have headphones on.
What number, Max?
Memes can have my number today. It's gonna. Be,
No, that's
I get
not.
2?
That's
It's good,
not.
yep.
That's not official.
Memes gets my number.
Memes was in on it. Memes heard.
No, but
Jerry
Memes-
O'Connell.
no.
He heard the call.
No, memes.
I
memes.
don't talk. I don't talk.
But memes was being nice, and he was saying that April Fool's jokes are lame all day, and he still agrees that this was a lame
Wait,
idea.
you still think it's lame?
Yep.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
99%.
I was just giving you my fucking number, dude. I was just giving you my number.
All right, Max, guess your own number.
78.
78.
I took
okay.
78.
Good.
I hope you
take
get
it. I don't want a number anyway.
Did you actually have 78?
Nah, just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. Oh, no. You got him again.
99 Pug.
Shane, Jack.
44. 21.
All right. Memes, you had 15, right?
Yeah.
What'd you have, PFT?
61.
I have 3. Hank?
1.
Max has 78.
Memes has 78.
Max has 78.
2 numbers.
97. 97.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more.
Let's do one more.
Everyone say your numbers. Memes, you want it?
2.
3.
Go ahead.
Memes, what's
I'll take 15.
Memes, what's the second number you want?
44.
44.
That's not Memes' number. That's your number, Max. Max, I'll make a deal with you. If you get the number right now, you can edit the podcast however you want.
Nope. I don't want the deal. I don't want you to have the satisfaction of the deal.
He's smart. He's learning. He's learning. He's learning.
99 Pug.
Oh.
28.
All right, I have 15. Memes has 3.
61.
What do you have, Hank?
2.
$92.
Love you guys.